Hey, everybody. Sorry for the little break, like 15-minute break there. So I just wanted to let you guys know before we start today, I'm pretty pumped. It always makes sense for us to bring in sponsors that, make sense for this show, for our audience. And I'm very happy, very excited to announce Harry's. It's obviously you don't want to overpay for razors at the drugstore right now. It's tough, And Harry's, they're very aware. Sometimes it's better to stay inside, and that's why they ship directly to you, so you can experience the quality of Harry's shave in just a few days from the convenience of your own home. I love it. It's easy because I used to steal my wife's razors all the time. I'd be in the shower and grab her razors and shave my face and all that stuff and neck beard, get rid of it. But now I don't need to do that. I got my own. I got a whole thing of Harry's razors. It's awesome. They got, and the gel is also, it smells good. I hate the stinky, stupid gels that nobody likes. These are good gels. They smell good. There's low prices. It's awesome. It's I've been using Harry's for a bit. And so for you guys, this is pretty awesome. You can join the 10 million people who have tried Harry's. You got to claim your special trial. You got to go on over to harrys.com/SEN. It's a return to the essential. It's quality. It's durable blades at a fair price. It's $2 per blade. I mean, that's nothing. They've cut out the middleman. There's manufacturing blades in there. German, Fritz uses it all the time, in a blade factory that has been honing precision blades for a century, which means you get incredibly high quality blades at factory direct prices. It's very convenient. The blade refills are delivered directly to your door on your schedule, with or without a subscription. It's awesome. It's a 100% quality guarantee. If you don't lose your shave, then let them know, and they'll give you a full refund. If you don't love it, they give you a full refund. 1% of proceeds are set aside for a nonprofit organization devoted to helping provide access to better health care for men and veterans. It's pretty great. So listen to this one more time before we get started over here. Listeners of this show can redeem their Harry's trial set at harrys.com/SEN. This is also in the description of this video. You'll get a weighted handle for a firm grip, 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin hydrated, and a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy to grab on the go. But remember, you got to go to harrys.com/SEN to start shaving better today. $2 a blade. I mean, come on. Go on over. It's in the description of this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do it.
Hey, Roaring. Jag har en turf and en tums penis.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It is me, Christian Harloff. I am back on SEN Live, and I'm happy to be here today with all of you. So thanks for joining me on today's show. And not only you are joining me, this character's joining us. It's Fritz Sheridan.
How you doing, everybody?
Everybody's good. So I got to give a shout out to a lot of people. Not only you guys for being the greatest fans in the world. I mean, you're so supportive and so awesome yesterday. This was kind of a, for lack of a better word, shit show. And that's all right. It happens. So listen, here's the deal. Yesterday, we were very excited to launch our Twitch channel, and Emma Pfeiffer to the murder mystery show with Finstock and the Barbarian and Video Drew. Emma hosted it. Ben Goddard was there. It's amazing. And so they set up Twitch, and Brett, people were signing up left and right. It was great, but we just had a mishap, and all the alerts were coming through to the system over here, and we figured it out. We have a great team, thanks to David Michael Frank and Robert Butler, Courtney, Luby, and an array of different people. Ben Goddard, who helped out the whole thing. We got a great team. And this morning, what happened was that there was just a code that we needed to put in the OBS, and it just took a little longer to boot the system up. So we're up and running. We're good to go. and we're gonna do the topic that we had hit yesterday, and that's the directors. We're pumped about that. We're pumped about to talk about all the directors with you guys. You can go on over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. I'm going to read all the ones that a lot of suggestions came in yesterday, so we'll start that conversation there. The Schmoebot. What the hell was that? Hey. Oh no! Oh. Look at that. That was interesting. Did you see that? You can't even see it over there, but the
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Thank you.
We should start all donation today with Son of a Twitch.
That's good.
Can we get Christian trying to set up a comedy show with Anaconda Brett and Charles with the In Your Winner alert interrupting them?
Sure.
I know I'm a son of a Twitch.
Oh, it's good, Son of a Twitch. I like that. That was weird. Can you even see it over there? You can see it. Look at that. So. We have the great box office artist he's been a fan for a long time, but he's just an amazing artist. And the guy's, I mean, he went from, I remember when he started following us, I think he had like 1,000 subscribers. He's got like over 1 million now, and well deserved. He's a beast. That thing's been great for a while. It just jumped off the wall and just. That's interesting. It's one of those shows.
It's ghosts in the machine.
Yeah. So look, this is what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna have that conversation with you guys today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So keep those going. Streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Don't worry, Hotel Nerd. We will get to your impression a little later on, but I want to get to everybody's stuff. Very excited, like I said in the beginning of the show, to be working with Harry's. I've been using Harry's for a very long time, so it's great. We also are going to be opening and unboxing today another sponsor of ours, Bespoke Post, and that is the perfect sponsor for the show. Excited, right? We're gonna do. Brett and I are gonna actually do an unboxing of it on the channel in a little bit. Probably like I don't know before the hour, and it's cool, man. It's cool. And when I heard that we were gonna be working with Bespoke Post, I was like, okay, yeah, because it's that subscription service. It's great. It's great. So we're gonna we'll if you guys haven't heard of it, you'll be excited about it once we get to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to jump into some news up top so we can cover this director stuff and get it. Because like I said, that's why we didn't do it yesterday, because it's just too long of a conversation in general. And once we get going, more people start donating and want to get their choices out there and start the conversation. And it is fun. And like I said yesterday, I saw a bunch of people were doing the Schmoebot to try to, because what we did for actors, which was great, we'd be in the middle of it, we'd be talking about a particular actor, let's say, oh, John Krasinski, and we're in the middle of Krasinski, and then the Schmoebot comes in and says, what about this person? And then it kind of dictates the conversation. So the Schmoebot doing that is phenomenal. It is working. Again, the everything should be working great, hopefully. Jinx. But
again, thanks for everybody signed up for Twitch. That was, it was bad timing.
It was bad timing, but everybody signed up. So, and I didn't tell everybody as far as because we wanted to hit a goal yesterday on Twitch, and I wanted to get to 500, and we did that, and then some. So I'm going to let's see what we have right now on Twitch. I'm jinxing myself here. I know. I'm gonna see it, and hopefully we'll be. I think we're all right. I'm pretty sure we're all right. But it's at the Schmoedown. It's just or not at the Schmoedown, but the Schmoedown. We have already 817 followers. So what I would love to do, because imagine this murder mystery thing. I watched a little bit because I was on Roxy's show yesterday, and right before I went on Roxy's show, they had gone live. So we got to get to Flirt and Flouse on this thing. By the way, he's got to go on. So it's great. It's Emma is hosting this thing, and everybody's in character the whole time. And it was Finstock, Video Drew, the Barbarian. They're playing this murder mystery game, and Finstock shows up with this ridiculous shirt on, and it's like Barbarian has Elvis, and Video Drew's doing the lipstick on her face the whole time. And there is so many people already that had it's great. It's pretty good. 817 followers, and it already has like 316 views. It's brand new that we're trying. It's 2 hours to stream. It's great. The Schmoedown. So I'm gonna look at it right now.
So this is stuff that you have to join Twitch.
You got to join Twitch,
watch
but
this one. Okay.
but like I said, and then they clip out parts of it too, and it's popular clips that come out. It's awesome. So I'm excited for this new show that we have going on, and Emma is like the perfect host for it. She gets so excited when we talked about potentially doing this. She's like, yes, I love it. I love Twitch, and she gets if you know Emma Pfeiffer, she just gets so pumped up about it. So I would love to see at the end of today's show, if possible, if we can get to 1,000. That would be great. Like I said, we're at 826. So if you jump on over to twitch.tv/the Schmoedown and join, would love that. All right. So news, by the way, did you see this trailer that they had for The Mandalorian?
No.
It's not a trailer for season 3, so don't get too or season 2. Don't get too excited, everybody. But what it is, it's this. It's like a behind the scenes thing, and it's awesome. It's awesome. It's got like Deborah Chow, and it's got all the directors. It's got all the actors. It's got everybody. It's got Favreau and Filoni, and they're out there and they're talking about how Werner Herzog got involved and the whole thing. It debuts on May the 4th.
Yeah,
obviously, May the 4th be with you, everybody. And it's going to be it's a great trailer. It's a really exciting trailer, and it's they talked about it, and Filoni knows. This is why I think more people, when they watch this, are going to understand why I'm such a big Filoni fan, because I believe, was the heir apparent to George Lucas, and what I mean by that is George Lucas's philosophies inside of Star Wars and what Star Wars was all about, and the understanding of what Star Wars was, and George passed that on to him.
Yeah,
it was his apprentice, if you will, and I'm sure that's how George looked at Filoni, and you can tell from the way that Filoni talks about it. And it is it just these little tidbits on this trailer that they showed made me go, oh yeah, okay. I was very interested about this. Now I'm over the moon about this thing. Can't wait for it to come out.
So it's a trailer for like a doc?
Yeah, that's a series that they come out, this documentary series, but it's pretty great, man. So go and check it out, everybody. Check it out if you can. The actual series. It's what's the full series called? Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Docu-Series, trailer, and Yoda Talk. I don't know what the Yoda Talk is, but the Docu-Series, this is again from Dark Horizons. It says, with the second season of The Mandalorian not hitting until this fall, the Disney and streaming services recently announced the 8-episode Docu-Series Disney Gallery, which is The Mandalorian, which offers a behind-the-scenes glimpse at the making of the show's first season. Today, the service has released the new show's official trailer. The episode showcased the innovative stagecraft technology heavily used throughout the series, and the showrunners Filoni, and Favreau talking with the filmmakers involved and about all their intentions for the show. So Yahoo Movies talked to Pedro Pascal, who says it was no surprise to see Baby Yoda become the breakout star of the Disney Plus series, even as its level of success wasn't expected. He says, I can't bring myself to lie and be like, we had no idea that the sensation that he would be. We never talked about it being a sure thing, but I unconsciously kept to myself that the very first time I saw the image in the illustration during the first meeting, I was like, oh my God, people are going to lose their mind over that. It's a pretty adorable thing. Yeah, it's great. But check out this trailer though, man. It's cool. It's really, really, it's amazing. People said they're joining Twitch like crazy. What's the, let's see what we have.
The kids love the Twitch.
People love the Twitch.
I think I want to get my son to watch this one. I think if Finstock,
they didn't curse. I don't think they curse. So all right, we already got 832. I I think we'll hit 1,000 by the end of that'd be great. Let's get to 1,000 because I think we're gonna start doing more things on Twitch. And I think that one of the things that we did yesterday that people were pretty pumped about, we launched the exhibition between Merle and Roca and Smets and Damon, and people, I mean, I was there calling the match, so I knew people were going to lose their minds, but people lost their minds over that match. Some people were saying it's one of the best matches of the year, and it's an exhibition match, and it's crazy. It's crazy, and you can guys, that's available on patreon.com/the Schmoedown, but I was talking to some people yesterday, and we're like, well, what if we did some more stuff? We have more real estate to do over on Twitch, so join today, and there's a lot of things that we can do. Maybe, who knows? Maybe minor leagues on Twitch or something. Who knows? There's a lot that we can do. So join today, guys. Let's get this audience over there.
Ellis doing Wii golf.
Yeah, and whatever it might be. It's true. Any other news worth a damn that's talking about before we get into this big conversation? Colin Farrell's Penguin prosthetics confirmed. Well, you kind of would have to assume that, right? So actor Rob McClure, who was playing the lead role in the stage adaptation of Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway, has dropped an interesting reveal on a video chat. He says that he recently visited an FX company to get outfitted for the prosthetics needed to help him play the Scottish nanny character made famous by late comedian Robin Williams. While there, he learned that the same company was working on Matt Reeves' The Batman film, and McClure managed to get some of the work they were doing on the design on Colin Farrell's prosthetic makeup to play the Penguin in the film. This confirms that the Irish hunk will indeed be undergoing some physical changes for the film. I mean, I think this is kind of a given, right? You can't give that guy, you can't let that guy play the Penguin. And by the way, that write-up came from Garth Franklin over at Dark Horizons. But
That hunk can't be the Penguin.
You can make him the Penguin, but you got to ugly him up.
Yeah,
man. You got to, and I think that I've always said it. I think Colin Farrell's one of the best actors. We didn't even mention him the other day.
Yeah,
he's like one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites. That guy, and sometimes he's in great stuff, sometimes he's in crap, but he puts in the best performance out of the crap. So he's great, man. And so to see him in this movie, the prosthetics I think is a given. So I don't think anybody's going to be too crazy about that. Back to the Future plot hole cleared up. What's this?
Glue to Help You Screw donated $20.
Oh.
Hey Raring.
Hey.
Christian, you have done a great job learning all the technical skills to running the stream, and Brett, I can tell you have improved your movie knowledge since this outbreak.
Thank you.
Great job. Let's talk about the great Edgar Wright.
We will. We absolutely will.
So now it says their name. Before.
It says their
That's
name
nice.
now. Yeah, it's nice. So you guys, that's another thing with the Schmoebot that has gone through a fixing. I don't know how long it'll last, but at least for today, when you put in a Schmoebot, the Schmoebot's going to read out your name too.
So now Peanut Butter Anus.
Peanut Butter Anus will actually be read out. So there's going to be your name will actually be read out once, which is a fun thing. So
I think after yesterday and the whole stuff, did you just kind of sit back and go Peanut Butter Anus, Peanut Butter Anus?
I had no time. I had no time to do that. I had no
you
time.
had to jump on
Dude,
Roxy's.
I had not just Roxy's. I had to jump from one thing to the next yesterday, and it was like, and trying to figure this out. And that's why, again, the first thing I did was to give credit to the team, like David and Robert and Ben and Courtney.
Oh, it was all hands on deck. I mean,
and even this morning, because like I said, I had everything kind of set up, ready to go, and because we had fixed some of the problems yesterday, but it wasn't allowed. The reason why you guys were waiting in the wait room for a little bit was there was a code that needed to be put into YouTube in order for it to stream directly again, because we had switched things up yesterday. So again, I called Courtney Luby, who's been working on this thing. She gave me the instructions to do it. Boom, off and running. We're good to go. And then obviously I called David and RB3, and everybody's on it. I have the best team in the world. They're so good. And Ben Goddard, obviously, who's been making sure that we have everything set before we're ready to go live, and it's awesome. And coupled with you guys, it's been great. So, but I just didn't have any time to do it, and thank God for that team, because if I had to worry about myself, we'd still be not live right now. But I'm glad that we're doing all right. We're good. I had a lot of fun on Roxy's stream yesterday. That episode is up on her channel. That was cool. There were a lot of cool things happening yesterday in the space. Dan Merle went live last night with his channel. Crushed it. I looked this morning. It's like 45,000 views already in over a night. That guy, he's the best. He's the best. I love Dan. He's just such a good dude, man. He's just good, such a good dude. Really loyal dude. Really knows his shit. He's gonna have a lot of fun on his channel, and I'm pumped for him. I think this is something special. I think with Dan. Dan's gonna be a big voice. He already is a big voice, but I think he's gonna be even a bigger voice now that he's out on his own.
He
So
seems put together. I mean, like you mean in this arena, you see, there's a lot of people like myself. They're
unhinged,
little, but he's just very like, hey,
he's cool, calm, and collected, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can get passionate, and he can get he can get rattled here and there, but when he does, he takes a breath, he steps back, and then he kind of sets, and it's why he's so good at Schmoedown. It's why he's so good at movie fights. It's why he's such a trusted voice. He's the man. I love him, Earl. He's not only the GOAT in the Schmoedown. He's just an overall. I've said it many times. He's a friend of mine, and I'm glad that he's doing his thing.
I gotta watch your Roxy. Did you have to get people to stop talking about flouse? Did they flouse?
No,
No.
We a couple things up top.
Because I know she put in there. What the hell's the flouse?
We talked about the flouse up top. I think we started with the flouse. We talked about it, which was cool, and it was just good. I hadn't seen her for a while. We went for like an hour and a half.
Oh, nice.
It was fun. It was a good time. We talked about memories past and other things and whatnot. But what else? We then the other thing. What was the other thing? Oh, and then I looked at Call to Action last night. They had Schmoebates on, and this is a fun episode. Ben Bateman went up against Guy.
Oh, wow.
It was Guy, and I tuned in. I was going to listen to it this morning while I was making breakfast for the kids. I tuned in for like 2 seconds last night, and they were just going after each other. And Guy at one point, Ben's like, "Can I speak?" He's like, "No, you can't speak." He's like, "I've been talking for you've been talking for a little bit, and you went over my time, so now it's my turn to go." And I'm like, "Oh man, these guys are just going at it. It's good. It's really good." I didn't agree with either one of their choices, what they did as far as best comeback went, but not my game to play.
Not my chair, not my problem.
Not my chair, not my problem. But that's good. It's a lot. This is why there's so much great stuff right now. It is a good time. It's a good time. things considered.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about there's it's a good time to if you're bored out of your minds and you don't know and you're a fan of this space and you want to find people to listen to that you love. I mean, right now is, for a shitty time, you can make the best out of it, man, because there's some good stuff. There's some good content on right now. So go and check it out. All right. Any more news before we move on into this amazing topic? Oh, Back to the Future plot hole cleared up. I got to say. What is this? This is again by Garth Franklin over at Dark Horizons. A meme that has been sweeping the net this week has been hashtag 5 perfect films with filmmakers and actors weighing in with movies they think fit the description. They aren't necessarily favorite films or great films. Rather, a perfect film is one that goes from start to finish with no obvious mistakes aesthetically or structurally, says filmmaker James Gunn. Effectively, they are movies that simply can't be improved upon. One film that keeps coming up is Back to the Future, with Gunn himself explaining his choice, even as he points out one of its only plot holes. Well, there's tons of plot holes in it. But why don't Marty's parents remember him as Calvin? Well, he got an answer as screenwriter Bob Gale ended the decades-long argument. Once for all, this is what he tells Heat Vision. Bear in mind that George and Lorraine only knew Marty or Calvin for 6 days when they were 17. They didn't even see him even for one of those 6 days. So many years later, they might not remember the interesting kid who got them together on their first date. This is basically what Brad Gilmore said.
Yeah.
But I would ask anyone to think back on their own high school days and ask themselves how well they remember a kid who might have been at their school for even a semester, or someone who went out with just one time. If you had no photo reference after 25 years, you'd probably have a hazy recollection. So Lorraine and George might think it's funny that they once actually met someone named Calvin Klein, and even if they thought their son at age 16 or 17 had some resemblance, it wouldn't be a big deal. I'd bet most of us could look through our high school yearbook and find photos of our teenage classmates that bear some resemblance to our children. This point, I never had a problem with.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with the Back to the Future plot hole of they would recognize him.
But I think that's bullshit. I think that I would remember
the
guy that got my wife and I together.
In 1955, I don't know if you would, because in 1955, like he said, for 5 or 6 days, this person's around. There's not a lot of photos. I don't know if there's any photos of him that's around. This isn't like today where there's Facebook and all this stuff where you can keep saying, oh, what's that guy look like? He might not even be, I doubt he took a yearbook picture.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get that one. The one that always got to me is how when he comes back, if it turned back into Lone Pine, right?
Yeah, and it was
if all those things, he wouldn't be in that same exact position. Like when he came back and he saw, like when he got back to 1985 and he ran to the future, when he ran there and he saw, and the same thing happened when he left. Like when he's like, "No bastards," and he jumps in the thing. All of that is different because his life is different. His entire life is different. He wouldn't have been in that position. He wouldn't have been in that same spot. He wouldn't have dealt with him the same way, because if everything in his house changed and everything happened with him and his parents and
everybody,
Biff, right? Because all of those moments, it's a butterfly effect. All of those moments with Biff and the car and all that crap, it put him in that spot at that same exact time. If his parents weren't in that whole predicament, he wouldn't be there. He wouldn't have been there. There's so much different stuff. But again, it's a perfect movie.
You're kind of ruining this.
I'm just saying.
These are things I never thought about before. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm just saying, because he does. He goes back to, he does. And this is what they proved in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
He goes back to an alternate timeline.
Got it.
That's where he goes back. I mean, he doesn't live like because in Back to the Future 2, when he goes back to the 1985, he lives in a different time. It's where his father's dead because Biff fucks shit up.
Yeah. He's
basically living, he just made everything positive, but he's living in an alternate timeline. He's not living in the timeline that he was born in, that he was supposed to live in. So either way, it's very interesting.
All right.
Miss Movie says he turns into Eric Stoltz at the end.
Any other movies we want to ruin?
I'm just saying. I love the movie. I watched it recently.
Well, Blake, recently, I think I said this before. He ruined when we showed him Gremlins. He goes, "Wait, isn't it technically always after midnight?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
right. Yeah. It's true. These glasses are killing me. I don't know what it
they're
is.
smudgy.
I think it's giving me a headache, is what it's doing. Whitney Houston biopic, Dance. going to happen. I guess 2020 Toronto Fest will go Party Digital, Bad Trip, nothing really too big. I think that's the big stuff that we hit. Unless there's anything else that's no. I think that's the biggest stuff, guys. Chris Pine is the new Saint. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I always loved The Saint. Did you like that movie? Not that I never watched the old school TV one, but the one with Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Chris Pine is in negotiations to star in the title role in the latest film reboot of The Saint, which is being helmed by Rocketman director Derek Fletcher for Paramount Pictures. I liked Rocketman. Seth Grahame-Smith penned the script, while Lorenzo Di Bonaventura and Brad Gravois will produce alongside with Robert Evans posthumously. The story follows Simon Templar, who is, of course, the Saint, who's a Robin Hood-esque criminal and thief for hire. Interesting. All right, I think he works for the. I think he absolutely works for the Saint. So, good stuff here. I'm digging the stories that we've hit today, and happy to dive into this director's conversation because, man, yesterday we had a ton, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to start reading off yesterday's. So please get in your questions here and anybody you want to talk about. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Schmobot is ready to go. Let's get into this discussion. I want to talk to you guys. I want to get you guys excited about this the way we're excited about it. Let's talk about directors. Let's talk about ones that you love. Maybe they're the big ones like a Spielberg or Scorsese, whoever, some of their movies. If you do a Schmobot, if you do a Schmobot, do this. Not only will your name be called out, obviously, but put in the director, but put in a movie that you'd like us to talk about. Maybe we haven't seen it. Maybe we have seen it and what we like about it. Maybe we think it's great. Maybe we think it's overrated. Maybe we think it's underrated. So same thing. Just throw those in there.
And that would be helpful for me because my knowledge of who directed what isn't very good. But
right.
I know the movie. I can
then
just
you can talk
help
about
me out here, people.
Help them out. So I'm going to start to I'm going to go through yesterday's Streamlabs because of the technical difficulties, a lot of people were putting in director comments and we just kind of skipped over it because we were going to, not do it. So there were a bunch yesterday. So we'll start them up at the 422, and this was and we did talk about this yesterday, but we'll keep it in this discussion. House Heisenberg said his favorite directors are Nolan, Tarantino, the Russo brothers, Martin McDowell, Mel Gibson, and Steven Chbosky, who is the guy who of course did Wonder and Perks of Being a Wallflower. I loved both Wonder and Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do next because I think that he really hits upon he hits emotion. Did you see Wonder?
I saw Perks of Being a Wallflower. I haven't seen Wonder.
Perks of Being a Wallflower I saw like 3 times. We talk about that line all the time, but but Wonder, and it's not just because of Julia Roberts. It certainly had a lot to do with it. But it was the kid Jacob Tremblay again plays a kid. He's like, do you know what it's about?
It's a book. It's I think my son had to read it for school.
Was it a book also?
Yeah.
But it's a true story.
Yeah.
And this kid, he's got a deformity, you know, and he's but he's a normal kid, not sick or anything. He just has a deformity. And the kids are dicks, and they're mean to him and shit. And it's him trying to get through. I thought it was going to be like Mask, like Rocky Dennis Mask, but it was. It wasn't. It was, and nothing against the Rocky Dennis thing. It's just that's the first movie Mask that I remember as a kid like bawling.
Oh yeah,
bawling. I remember watching that movie, and my mom made me watch it, and it's a great movie, but it's tragic. And I'm watching. I remember thinking, why'd you make me watch this? I want to watch He-Man right now. What are you doing?
Tell me I got a bandage.
Got a bad hat, and now you're making me watch Mask. What do you do?
She clockworked orange.
Yeah, she was. She's like, oh, really? You think the life's all sunshine and rainbows? Sit down. Watch this. What is it? A cartoon, Mom? Unicorns? Yeah, it's about a unicorn. Sit down. And tragic.
When we're done with this, we're going to watch The Elephant Man. Okay? You
ready? It is. Oh, man.
That one guy. Oh, God. Elephant Man. Oh,
yeah.
geez.
Yeah, it's the same type of stuff. It's like, so. Yeah. Anyway, those are great
this one's
choices.
Got feels and is uplifting? Is it?
Yeah, man.
Okay, because that's what I need. Because
it's uplifting. It's uplifting. It's
kids getting picked on is something that is really.
No, you'll dig it. You'll dig this movie. It was one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the year. I gave it 5 out of 5. I loved it. So the other ones, I'm sure we'll hit a lot of those other ones for sure. Okay, let's get into some more of these questions here and people that you want to talk about for show. Let's get Ben Rayner. Says, hey guys, my favorite director of all time is obviously Spielberg, and my favorite modern director is James Mangold. He makes like perfect movies minus the Wolverine. I didn't blame Wolverine on him, honestly, because most of the Wolverine was pretty damn good. It was the ending. I think he was pressured into that ending. Thanks for the madness. You guys bring a lot of help in a dark time. So I'm with you on Mangold, man. Again, I think we'll get to Spielberg in a little bit, but Mangold is... Mangold just he did Logan. He just did Ford versus Ferrari. I mean, the dude I think he's like superstar status. I'd love to see him do a Star Wars movie. I'd love to see him do one. I want to see what he would do with a Star Wars movie. He's another guy that can take kind of big properties or make movies that could be even smaller than they really like. I think what he did with Ford versus Ferrari, like the action scenes, but I guess the racing in that scene. You haven't seen that one yet, right?
No, it's too much to watch. But that one I've heard.
That one you need to watch. That was my favorite.
Climbing to the top of my I need to see this one.
I watched that movie 2 or 3 times. Although, you know what movie I'd probably put at my number 2 last year? Now that I loved 1917. I think that was my number 2 last year. But if I was going to shift, I might shift and put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on 2.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah. I
watched it. The first time I watched it, I really liked it. And then the second time and third time, I loved it.
My wife and I we don't do this. And again, we should probably be watching other stuff, but we did watch that one twice.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's such a great movie. It's really great.
And the funny thing with her, she kept going, like, she was all sad. She's like, but I know what happens in Sheridan. Yeah. I'm like, well, this is a different thing.
That's why it's called Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
It is Quentin Tarantino's fairy tale.
She was ready to be sad, and I'm like,
yeah. It's a fairy tale because and the same thing what he did with like Inglourious Basterds with Hitler. He does the things that like he wanted to happen and what we wanted to happen and how we would have liked it to turn out, like some crazy like that those fuckers got. Well, if you saw the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like that's what I wanted to happen. So anyway,
do you think I don't want to get into the whole disrespectful thing?
No, I don't know. You can because that was my biggest concern going into that movie initially was how are they going to handle this? I don't want them to glorify this, and I thought it was handled. I thought it was handled really well. It was like because he was a massive fan of Tate, a massive fan, and like that's like was like his love letter for what he kind of wanted it to be. And I don't think it was disrespectful. I think that it was it was the idea. I mean, I don't know. With her estate and everything too, what he figured out, what he talked to, if he did or if he didn't, I don't know. Some people feel very different about it.
I was talking more the Bruce Lee thing.
The Bruce Lee thing.
Again, it's a fantasy. I think.
Yeah, I think that I want to tell you that his family was.
I thought they got pissed.
I thought they were pissed, but I thought they were more not pissed about the. I think it was more about how he was portrayed as far as like how when he was fighting against Brad. I can't remember what it was, but I could see the grievance there for sure. But I got a kick out of that scene though.
Well, because of course he was a fucking badass, man. Yeah. There's no way anybody could have taken him. Right. And I think that's what made to me. I didn't take it as disrespectful because it's like. Yeah, this guy's gonna beat up fucking Bruce Lee.
But what they said, this was the argument against it though too. People said, "Come on, Brad Pitt couldn't beat up Bruce Lee." Yeah, well, that's not Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
that's not Brad Pitt. That's a character.
Yeah,
we don't know what that character could have done. It's a movie, so we don't know what that character could have done. I don't know how crazy. I mean, apparently from what he does at the end. He's badass.
He's pretty bad.
Now, could he have beaten Bruce Lee? I don't know. I don't know. The character's not real.
Yeah.
So it's like saying like I don't know if John Matrix could have taken out Patton. John Matrix isn't real. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate. But they're saying Brad Pitt couldn't beat up Bruce Lee. No, Brad Pitt probably couldn't beat up Bruce Lee.
It's tough when the person isn't alive too. Like if Bruce Lee was still around. And they okayed it. It probably would,
Either way, though, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. But James Mangold, good suggestion. Yeah, for sure. All right, going back on over here too, guys, to streamlabs.com/theshmo.clam. New sponsor coming out right around the corner.
Oh, you guys, wait until you see what .clam has for
.clam.
us.
Ladies and gentlemen, .clam coming at you really hot. Now, most of you might think this is a dirty thing, and you would be right.
100% right.
It's .clam, ladies and gentlemen, and the 87-year-old. All right.
You get a box of 12 bearded clams.
Wear a clothespin on your nose. All right. Good stuff. All right. going back on over streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown, everybody. So JJ Winward again, who says Tarantino's always been my guy, but lately I've been doing anything that Robert Eggers and Ari Aster touch. Well, let me do it. Let me do a little Robert Eggers here. I'm going to do a Robert Eggers IMDb. See, this is the fun conversation I was looking forward to having yesterday, and I'm glad that we can. I'm glad we can do it, guys. So once again, the Schmobot, keep those coming. I want to make sure. Let's hope. You know what? I'm gonna double check. Let me double check and make sure that the thing is working. Let me see. I know that we had it there before. But yeah, if you go on over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown, you can interrupt the show with the Schmobot. Let me double check and see it. Okay, good. So do we have that one? Yes. Okay, good. So it is working.
Perfect.
It is working. So streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Keep them coming. So this is Robert Eggers. So what did Robert Eggers? What did he do? So easing my mind here to see what exactly he did. What did he direct? Oh, he did The Witch. Right. And he did. I still haven't seen The Witch. The Witch I liked, and it's funny because I saw it once, and I remember I didn't like the ending. And I can't remember why I didn't like the ending, but I just have only seen it once.
That one was a sleeper for me. It was a little too... Yeah. That was one of the ones that I think I let Rubicava pick my Brett to the Future.
He loves that movie.
Yeah, he loves it. I don't know. I
didn't take it as much as everyone else did. The Lighthouse, I still haven't seen. But people, again, swear by it. So I think that Chris Stuckman said it was like one of his favorite movies of the year, if I remember correctly. So that's a good choice. And who was his other choice? His other choice, he said Robert Eggers, and where did it go? Ari Aster. Ari Aster was the other one. Let me double check that one. So are there other ones that you guys want to talk about? Other movies that you want to talk about? Let me know. And also, yeah, obviously we're also doing the Super Chat. I didn't mention Super Chat. So if you want to do that, you can. And I found the good news is that I did figure out all the problems that I was having yesterday with Streamlabs. I have figured it out. So you guys, I'm sure there'll be new ones. Okay, so he did Midsommar, Hereditary, which I've seen neither of those movies.
I saw Hereditary, and that one was
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I want to see Midsommar.
Serena loves that movie.
Yeah, but again, I can't get my wife to watch stuff like this.
Yeah, me either.
I saw Hereditary on a flight, And,
oh God.
Yeah, it was.
You're thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Huh? I was, what I've never seen is I realized this, and maybe it was just because when it came out, I was more interested in, drinking and going out. Because it was just, I don't know, when did it come out? But Hercules, the Disney movie.
Oh yeah, I never saw that one either. Yeah.
My daughter who started reading, what is it? The Percy Jackson books, right? And then she watched the movie, and now she's getting into all Greek mythology and everything. She's like, I want to watch Hercules, because when she was like 4, we tried to watch Hercules, and it scared the shit out of her. I think she saw Hades, and she was done.
Yeah.
But she watched it. She's like, she loves it now, but she's all fucking hyped up last night. We watched like 45 minutes of it, and normally she goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. She couldn't stop thinking. She's up until like 9:15. I'm like, go to sleep. I got an hour. A fucking hour before I pass out again. But yeah, I never. But I was watching it, and James. I think James Woods plays Hades, and he comes out, and he's just like.
I've seen clips.
Yeah,
I know.
Danny DeVito's in it. He plays like the satyr. Yeah, so
there's a few of those that I missed. I don't think I saw Mulan. There's some of those that I missed because
same with Mulan. I remember seeing Mulan later. I've seen it now, but I definitely saw it later. I didn't see it like when I think the last one that I saw in the theater, like of the classic animated. What came first? I think Lion King come first. Whatever came first, I think Lion King came first, and then Aladdin. So I definitely saw one of those two because my brother loved both of those movies, and we took.
Jason's All Sumo channel donated $20.
Thank you.
Not enough people mention Rob Reiner, Princess Bride, Stand By Me, Spinal Tap, Few Good Men, Misery, Harry Met Sally, and On.
Jason, he's got a great. Thank you for the donation, Jason. He's got a great library, and Princess Bride, Stand By Me. All those earlier movies, like I don't know if you know what he was great in, by the way, as an actor, was Wolf of Wall Street. He played DiCaprio's dad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's I mean, obviously he rose to fame by his performances. Was he Meathead in All in the Family?
Yeah.
But he's a great director. Stand By Me is a classic. Harry Met Sally. Even the other day, we had my wife, last night, she's like, let's watch a classic. And she brings up, every time we say let's bring a classic, she brings up Harry Met Sally. It is a classic. It's one of the classic rom-coms of all time. And it's being able to pull, he understands comedy very well. And subtle comedy.
Do people like? I want to know if like the younger generation likes Spinal Tap, because that one,
Yeah,
even
I
discovered it later, because that was made kind of, like I kind of discovered it in high school, and it had already been. I mean, that was in the
80s,
early 80s?
Lawrence Lee donated $20.
Hey, Lawrence.
Woohoo, not in timeout.
No, you're
Awesome
not.
show with Roxy.
Thank you.
Favorite directors Nolan, Eastwood, and Zoflerton Flaus.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Okay, come on, the Flaus. Flaus is in the house. Eastwood's hit or miss for me. What did he do recently? I'll tell you, like the movie that I thought was just an absolute pile of farts was Jersey Boys. Holy shit!
Oh, really?
It was such a bad movie. It was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. Like everything about it was really, really bad.
What's the one that John Mulaney and somebody else did on SNL, like a recap of where he's in a threesome or something?
No,
like
I didn't see that.
And they're going, this guy is so old,
Yeah.
but he writes in this film a threesome. It's a recent one that he did.
No, I didn't see it. But this is
where he's like a mule. The mule.
the mule. He wasn't in a threesome in the mule.
Oh, I don't know.
Was
I
he?
guess I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he was, but all right. So let me tell you though. Like I said, I say he's hit or miss, but his last two movies I've actually really liked. Three out of the last four. All right, let's go through. Richard Jewell, I actually really liked.
I want to see that one so bad.
I forgot he directed it, to be honest, but now I liked Richard Jewell. I thought Richard Jewell was a really good movie. The Mule, I actually really enjoyed. I thought he just starred in that one. I didn't realize that he directed that one. So those two I liked. The 15-17 to Paris is really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good.
My mom said that was garbage.
I appreciate what he tried to do.
Yeah.
He got the real people in it because he figured he could pull the performances out of these guys to have them react. And it's like, not everybody can act.
Yeah.
These guys have it was a great story, but not everybody can act. And this is it wasn't good. Sully was all right. I didn't mind Sully. I didn't love American Sniper, but it's a good movie. Jersey.
Oh, really? I think I like that one.
It's a good movie. Jersey Boys is the absolute farce. J. Edgar is not good. Like you got Armie Hammer dressed as a Six Flags guy the whole time. It's like it's the worst makeup you've ever seen in your life. I don't remember Hereafter. Invictus was okay. I didn't mind. Gran Torino was pretty good. Changeling, not bad. So I mean, he's got I think his earlier stuff is, as you get lower down, it's better and better and better. Mystic River, obviously. I liked True Crime, Absolute Power, Unforgiven, obviously.
Yeah.
Did he direct The Rookie?
Oh, you skipped over $1 Million Baby.
Hold on, different. Oh yeah, of course. I'm thinking of a different Rookie, but Charlie Sheen and Eastwood themselves were in it. But yeah, that was. I'm thinking of the one with Dennis Quaid as the picture. I was like, there's no chance that he directed The Rookie. You're right. The $1 Million Baby. That was one. I saw that movie twice in the theater. I liked it so much, being a boxing fan. But yeah,
that one's heart wrenching.
It's heart wrenching, but it's good. It's a really good movie.
And she's an absolute sweetheart.
You met her?
Yeah, she was dating
Chad Lowe.
Chad Lowe at the time.
Married.
I was
married.
talking to both of them when I was working at the pub, and I was checking IDs, and they came outside, and we were smoking cigarettes and hanging out or whatever. And this was before she had done $1 Million.
Oh, okay.
It was
before the Oscar. Boys Don't Cry.
Boys Don't Cry. Yeah.
She already won the Oscar for that.
Yeah. And I mean, it was so cool, and they were so sweet, and they just like.
Yeah, I remember her. She used to come by. She did the movie that The Reaping. When I was at Silver, and she used to come by, and I remember it was being pretty down to earth and pretty chill. But
I know why they had to go outside, because it was when the smoking law came into effect. Right. People had to go, so I got to talk to people.
Yeah, I think people give her shit sometimes. They say like she's not. I think she's, especially in person. I think she's very attractive. All right, going back over to Streamlabs. Like this. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, now we're back into. Did I miss? Oh shit. Did I miss some of the things yesterday, guys? I might have missed some from yesterday. I just want to make sure that I got them. This is
I'll explain later. Donated $20.
Thank you.
Can you go through Tim Burton's filmography and list the movies you like and don't like?
100%.
Much love from Oxnard.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alex. Yeah,
real quick, when you say you miss it, you skipped over ones that had to do with directors, but you're going back.
Yes.
And, okay.
Yeah. So there's just tons that I want to make sure we get to. And then I'm going to
Eric donated $20.
Thank you, Eric.
A little sidetrack. Have you guys seen the Mondo docu-series announcement?
Yes.
It's coming May 4th. What do you guys think?
So if you didn't see the beginning of the show, I would say rewind it. Or go back later. We covered it. It was one of the first things we covered today, and we covered it for a little bit. So I loved it. I thought it was great, but I don't want to rehash it. Even though, again, thank you for the donation, but we covered it pretty much. I think for the first 5 minutes of the show, and I can't wait to see it. I'm excited to see it. When they announced that it was coming out, I was excited, but after seeing the trailer, I'm on board. The Tim Burton filmography. Now that one I think is going to be tougher for me to find a lot of ones that I like, more so than like Eastwood, because as I'm going through Eastwood's, I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's more hits in Eastwood's stuff than there are misses. But let's start early. Let's start early with
That Thai guy 1988 donated $20.
Thank you.
Hey folks, I didn't get a chance to say this on Tuesday. I would like to say Mackenzie Davis is my favorite actress alongside with Laura Dern. Terminator, Dark Fate did make her for A Star is Born. I hope she could be the next Sigourney Weaver someday.
I think she's got a shot, man. I'll tell you, I didn't like that movie, but I did like her. I thought she was. She to me was what Linda Hamilton did back in the other Terminator movies. I've said this every time I've talked about this movie, but for me, Linda Hamilton in the
Captain Queef donated $25.
Captain Queef, thank God.
Hello, Sir Flirt and Flaws. Z greatest directors are Z great Mel Brooks and Z great Richard Donner. Goodies never say die.
Good ones.
Guten Tag.
Good ones. Mackenzie Davis, I think, basically got the. I think she. To Linda Hamilton in the 84 and in the was it 91 version of Terminator, she wasn't playing tough.
Yeah.
She was straight up tough.
Oh, yeah.
She was tough. I thought she was playing tough in the last one, but Mackenzie Davis was not. Mackenzie Davis was tough. She was kicking ass, and I loved it. Who was there? Was watching
Hotel Nerd donated $20. Son of a Twitch.
Thank you, Nerd.
Best director for sci-fi is Spielberg, for horror is Raimi, for comedy Ramis, for action/comedy Bay, for comics Nolan, DC, and Russo brothers for Marvel. Best war director is Sam Mendes, 1917 Crushed.
I agree with a lot of that.
Trash Panda donated $20. Can we get drunk Brett talking Tom his cat about Clint Eastwood's 2 threesome scenes in the Muley?
I guess there were threesome scenes. There is a threesome scene.
I didn't see it.
There is a threesome scene. There 100% is a threesome scene. After he goes to the bar and he's got all that money. Yeah.
Why can't I think of Stefan? But it was Mulaney and Stefan. What's the fucking name?
I don't know. Let's do this Tim Burton thing first.
Okay.
We got a lot of work to do today, which is cool. You got a little time?
I'll tell you.
We'll stick around. We'll stick around and make sure we get through all these today, because this is a fun conversation. This is the kind of stuff I like to do with you guys, and I know that you guys get excited, and I think that's what it is. It's finding the right stuff to talk about inside of film, because obviously this is the whole reason we started this channel in the first place. So we all love movies.
Yeah.
It's just to be able to have conversations and fuck around and talk about this stuff. This is the kind of stuff I want to do.
And I like that people are being more supportive of me for not knowing so much, but then realizing that maybe I know more than I.
Yeah, it's also about you learning some stuff. Look, here's the stuff with Tim Burton that I love. Okay, so this is what the guy donated and said, what do you like, right? Pee-wee's Big Adventure, love it. One of my favorites that he does. Beetlejuice, love it. One of my favorites. First Batman, 89.
Jonathan Caro donated $20.
Wow, thank you, Jonathan.
Hey, Christian and Brett. I saw Punch Drunk Love for the first time ever recently.
Great movie.
I kinda loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Beginning was a bit weird, but it grew on me.
Yep.
Sandler was terrific. So my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film is There Will Be Blood. Favorite PTA film?
Probably Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights with Punch Drunk Love coming in second. I love Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
And it's one of his shorter ones, and I also love that they play the Popeye.
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Jeez, thank you, Hotel.
Son of a Twitch. Bay for action comedy is for bad boys only.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Defend himself. I, for that particular thing. Okay, I get it. I thought you were saying overall. Fair enough. So, anyway, let's get to
so this is overwhelming.
Batman 1989. Great movie. So again, I think that if you would have asked me back in '89, or even closing up with 1990, if I was a Tim Burton fan, right, I would tell you 100%.
Yeah.
Because then he follows that up with Edward Scissorhands, and I loved Edward Scissorhands. I am I don't know if I'm one of the few, but I'm out of the circle we hang with, I'm definitely in the minority where I do not like Batman Returns. I do. That's the one with, and I think that Michelle Pfeiffer is awesome and probably the best Catwoman we've ever had. And I think the chemistry with her and Michael Keaton, just like sit right over there and like figure it out. She's like, yeah, where's the camera? She's like, oh, he's drinking milk. She and him, they're great. I love Danny DeVito more than anything. I couldn't stand that stupid penguin.
I think I liked it then. I don't think I'd like it now.
It's too fucking weird. It's a Tim Burton movie, and it's not a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And I wanted a Batman movie. It's a Tim Burton movie. The first one is like a mixture of Tim Burton meets Batman. The second one's just a Tim Burton movie. Stupid penguins with rockets on their backs walking around like assholes.
I was probably blinded by Michelle Pfeiffer for that
Understood.
whole film.
Understood. So I don't like that one. Ed Wood, I was never really a big fan of. I appreciate it, but I never a big fan.
I like that one. Yeah, and I went and I watched. It took me 3 times to watch Plan 9 from Outer Space. It was
really?
like it is such a piece of trash.
Which one is it?
It's Ed Wood's The Plan 9.
Oh, okay. Well, Mars Attacks. I get a kick. I get a kick out of that one. Sleepy Hollow, I never really watched, never really got into it. Planet of the Apes is I liked it up until the end. I really did. I did not mind it. I found Tim Roth. I found him terrifying in that role. I thought Michael Clark Duncan was great. Mark Wahlberg was fine. The end was so stupid.
Was it the reveal of where they?
Craig Ward donated $20. 3 of my favorite directors are John Ford, Francis Ford Coppola, and Jon Favreau.
Favreau's Favreau we're going to get into.
All horrible directors.
Yeah, we're going to get into. Do you remember, I went on, you're not going to remember the date that I went on, but I went on a date when I saw Planet of the Apes, and I won't say what city, and I won't say, don't mention her name, but there was a waitress that we worked with at CPK, and her dad was a mayor of a city.
God, I can't remember.
So, anyway, so that was, and then I went to New York because it was a good date. And it just fell through. But anyway, I digress. We saw Planet of the Apes. We saw it in Westwood. Remember that? I haven't thought about that in years. But I remember us walking out going, they had us until that stupid thing.
Well, is it when they wipe off the?
No, not the wiping off. They walk up the reveal as he goes back to Earth.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the Washington Monument, and Lincoln is an ape.
Oh,
stupid. Really stupid.
My thing was the wiping off of the sign, and like how isn't that part of it where it's like they called the place a certain thing because part of it has dust on. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't remember. Maybe something else. Big Fish was great.
That is,
movie.
I own it. I've seen that a ton of times.
Good movie.
Wonderful film.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, crap on a piss.
Yeah. Ooh,
yeah,
God.
crap on a piss. Alice in Wonderland. It's a sequel to something.
God, I wanted that to be good.
I was stoned out of my face when I saw it, so I didn't mind it. But the second one's horrible. Dark Shadows is not good. Frankenweenie, when he remade it, was fine. Big Eyes, I didn't mind it as much as everyone else. Never saw Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Dumbo was awful, and apparently Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. So that's.
How do you think that's gonna do?
Do probably okay. B, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It makes me nervous.
Does anybody remember the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back to. Let's get back on over to the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown, everybody. Gingerbread said, Joel Shoemaker, hear me out. Lost Boys, yes.
The Real Johnny 5 donated $20. Hey, Rawring.
Hey.
One of my favorite directors is John Badham. For obvious reasons, he made the movie about my life, Short Circuit. But he also directed War Games and Saturday Night Fever. Can I get Arnold and Elmo debating which of his films is the best?
Sure.
THX.
Okay.
Scruffy Nerd Herder donated $20.
Jesus.
Hey, Rawring. Ron Howard has a great filmography.
Does.
One that doesn't get enough love is Rush. Should have done much better at the box office.
I could
Son
not.
of a Twitch.
Thank you, Son of a Twitch. I could not agree with you more. Rush is awesome. And it did shit at the box office. Well, that happened to Ron Howard.
Jesse Creech donated $20.
Thank you, Jesse.
David Fincher, Tarantino, Edgar Wright, Christopher Nolan, Mel Gibson, Mike Judge, Guy Ritchie, Taika Waititi, and Big Hairy Balls. Just joking, I use Manscaped. Nice and smooth to smack Goddard in the face.
Did you see the poster for Wood for Sheep?
No, is there?
No, I stopped sending them.
Is a flirting in it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll just
that was the one of the face.
I remember. That's good. That's good. Poor Goddard.
Oh my God.
All right, let's do this impression. This
forgot
this
what
is
we're dating.
Elmo and Arnold debating War Games, Saturday Night Fever. What was the other one? No, just do War Games or Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
Hey Charles, we which one of these films is your favorite? Is it Charles that I'm supposed to be talking to?
Fuck you. It's not
No, it's
Charles.
Arnold.
It's me.
See, I don't know.
No one calls me Charles anymore. No, actually, to be honest with you, no one ever called me Charles because it's not my name.
That was, but you said it was like a nickname that only you and I would.
Fine.
know.
You want to call me that? It's okay. Because you're a little muppet, and I'm fine with it. But here's the thing. Out of all the other movies that he did, I have to tell you the Saturday Night Fever is my favorite. To watch John Travolta strutting down the street, he knew what he was doing, and he'd walk around and say, hey, I'm in the stock and get some pizza. And then, I'm going to get the pizza, I'm going to dance.
Well, yeah, I agree that you could definitely tell by the way he walked he was a woman's man, no time to talk.
I see what you're doing.
But, personally, for Elmo, I say that War Games was a fantastic film.
Oh, come on. It's bullshit. You can Matthew Broderick sitting there punching the buttons in a bad computer. But in this one, he's dancing on the bridge and his friends go, you don't like me anymore. Why don't you like me? And he falls down and he's dead.
But in War Games, he almost started a global, war.
Spit it out.
He almost started World War III.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
You're right.
You're right. Okay.
I have to see these. Maybe. It's so hard. There's so many today. You guys are killing it.
They're doing great. Jesus Fernandez. I think Ben Affleck is so good as a director, and he should be more recognized and doing stuff more often. What's your favorite film of his? So Ben Affleck is a great director. He's a really great director, and he's got. He only has one miss. He didn't have any. I'll tell you what my favorite. I know what my favorite is for sure. People love The Town. So do I. People love Argo. So do I. But actually, my favorite movie that he has directed.
Gone Girl?
Not Gone Girl. Gone Baby Gone.
Oh, Gone Baby Gone. Yeah.
Gone Baby Gone. To me, he wasn't in that one. It was his brother, and it's such a what would you do movie. Like it's a. Do you remember that movie?
I like Gone Girl better.
Gone Girl, but do you remember the end of Gone Baby Gone?
Yeah.
You talk about heart wrenching.
Oh,
it is that movie. I love that.
That was one of those
too.
ones that
Yeah. So this is director
when he when they go into the crack house or whatever and they find the one kid.
Yeah. It's tough. So Gone Baby Gone. He did a short, which was, I guess, one of his first things that he did. But then he did The Town, which is a great movie. Argo. Live by Night was the one. He was kind of having some problems at the time, and he's talked about it. But I give the guy all the props in the world. He's trying to clean himself up and get back in it. And I guess he's doing something called Ghost Army, and then Witness for the Prosecution is what he's doing next. So a lot of great suggestions here too.
I think he hasn't had enough time to establish himself as the great. Because
not yet. But he's done some good stuff.
He's getting there.
Yeah, Brett. Before we move on here, so I want to get. We teased this to the audience before we get back into this conversation. I want people to get excited. I want you to get really excited here too, because we are very excited to announce we have a new sponsor, Bespoke Post. If you guys, there's no mistake about it for our show. We have, whether it's Manscaped to shave your balls, to do other things. We have a very dude-centric show, and we're proud of it. We are going to be working now with Bespoke Post, and they even sent us this package. It's like it's a subscription package, right? And they sent us one. Brett's got all the stuff, and it was just look at this. We are very pumped about it because it's called Bespoke Post, and it is going to be a sponsor of the episode here. And so it's a subscription package, and it appeals to us obviously because it's you'll see the type of stuff that comes in the package, and you will love it. If you love the stuff that we've talked about on this show in the past and the things that we do in general, you're going to hear about some of these things. And we're going to show you and go, oh yeah, okay, I understand completely why they're with SEN Live. The subscription services in general for me, when I've whether I'm getting food from subscription services, or when we had remember for years upon years we were doing stuff with Loot Crate, and the subscription packages for us, I think. What's great about it is, especially for Bespoke Post, is that you guys will you'll see it on the website. they'll list everything that they're going to be sending. You can say, well, yeah, I want that one. Or if you don't want that particular one, you can go, well, what about this one instead? And you pick that. And if you don't like it in general, you go, no, not for me. I'm just not gonna pick it this month, and you're not gonna get charged for it. What's really awesome about this is you're gonna get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com, and you got to enter the code SEN20 at the checkout. Again, boxofawesome.com, and enter the code SEN20 at checkout. You're going to get 20% off for your first box. It's pretty awesome. So we're going to, that's going to be in the description of this video as well. And there's so many different categories inside of this thing. It's awesome. It's $45 for over $70 in value. You can skip or cancel anytime with no commitments. It's free to sign up. The promo code with the website, Box of Awesome. So take a look at this. Let's Brett, show them what they got.
The first thing I really dug was the how to make like classic cocktails. I don't know if you can see it on here, but like making an old fashioned. So they give you all the stuff to make an old fashioned, or a martini, or any kind of whiskey sour. So you've got your little cup, your strainer. There's two within here, so you can do this little thing.
Yep.
And then you've got like a little measuring, so you know how. Now I use the larger side when I make mine, but some people like a little less.
$20.
And they also have the bitters with it too. So they have everything but the whiskey that you can make all these drinks with. And that was the first thing. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool in and of itself. Oh yeah, and this ice tray to make big old manly cubes of ice.
That is going right in my fridge.
So
right?
I don't
Are you
get this
kidding me?
one. Damn it.
Not that one. Not that one. That's going right in my fridge, dude. Maybe it'll give you half of it.
Okay. We'll just cut it in half.
Yeah.
The other thing was that we got a little bit of I think it's a can opener. Some of these things are like the Boy Scout in me digs this. Like this is like a can opener mixture.
There's
type
a lot
thing.
of cool stuff with gadgets and stuff too.
Space pen. This is the ones you can write upside down with and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
there's some fun stuff.
It's got some heft to it for being so tiny.
Yeah.
Little wallet. I mean, the variety of stuff in here
it's
is
awesome,
insane.
especially everything going on at the moment. It's like everybody's always looking for new ways to get awesome gear without you don't have to leave the house. You don't have to step in the store, and that's why I'm pumped about it, dude. I'm glad that we're partnered with Bespoke Post, and we're giving you guys 20% off of your first box. It's the kind of service that every man needs. It's curated for dudes with discerning tastes. Every month, subscribers get to choose a themed box of awesome filled with unique items, from style and grooming gear to unique items from your home and outdoor gear. Look, there's some more stuff. There's whiskey barrel aging kits. There's weekender bags, outdoor hammocks. It's awesome stuff. What else you got in there?
This is like a whole kit of just like, it's like a Swiss Army knifey kind of a thing. It's the deploy, and you can make a miniature grappling hook to get stuff out of reach. They say you do not try to Batman with this. This is not for human weight, but it's got this one has a bottle opener.
Don't try to Batman.
Screwdrivers, and then the grappling hook assembly, a mini lighter, pry bar, flathead screwdrivers. Yeah, this is like, and
this
it's
is
all
stuff
this
I'm definitely going to need.
carabiner, this, and especially like you're saying, people are ordering food and stuff like this. This is a fun little brighten your mood kind of. Oh, I got all these cool new toys.
It's like gadgets.
Now.
You get excited for gadgets, and that's Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life, and selections usually come from brands, the kind of products that you wouldn't find in most stores or even on Amazon. On the first of each month, they're going to send you an email listing what is going to be in your box, and you can switch it or skip it if the box doesn't appeal to you, and you're not going to be charged if you skip it, which is awesome. New boxes are added regularly for you to choose from, and it's also easy to gift. To try it out, all you have to do is sign up. Again, it's free. You take the quiz on what you like and what you don't like, and Bespoke Post will handpick your first box on the spot, and you can skip a month or cancel it anytime. The best of all is every box is packed with over $75 worth of gear, but it's only costing you $45, and that's a ton of value. As a bonus, you're going to get 20% off for your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code SEN20 at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code SEN20 for 20% off of your first box. We got anything else in there?
That was it, but I mean, that's
do we have a knife in there?
Oh, I thought it was a knife when I looked at it. It's made by Gerber, but that was like
that's a little okay.
That was
cool.
like a miniature tool thing. But I mean, it's just this. people are going to think I'm bullshitting. I'm going to get this service.
100%.
My wife gets one.
This was made for you.
This is my jam.
The second I told Brett about this, he's like, "Wait, what is this? What is this?" We were very excited about it. So check it out. We're really, really pumped. These guys should be a sponsor for us from now until the end of this show.
And the fact that they don't stick you with like some of these plans, they stick you with this is what you get.
Yeah.
My wife does that one that's like makeup type stuff, and
hard.
she gets what she gets, and she goes, "Oh, this is all right. This is whatever."
No. I like the idea where, because there's other subscription services I've had in the past where like you can still switch things up, but it's like you if you don't like it, tough. You're getting something.
Yeah. They're
like, you don't like it. We're not going to charge you for it. You get something the next month when you do like it.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's really smart, and I think that, and it's quality. It's really quality stuff.
This is not like
$45 for almost like $75, $80 worth of stuff. So really pumped, really excited to have them on board, guys. So So check it out, man. Again, the link will be in the description. But Brett, give me some breakdown of some of your favorite directors. Who you got?
Of course, now that you put me on the spot,
who
Wes
you got?
Anderson.
Tell me some of your favorite Wes Anderson movies.
I'd say Rushmore is definitely top. The Royal Tannenbaums, of course. I guess the only one I didn't like, we've talked about before, is Zuzu. I didn't like Life Aquatic. That was not. But there's a Fabulous Mr. Fox. Yep. Jesus,
there's a ton, man. There's a lot of good ones that he's got, and holy moly, you guys are just crushing today with all these questions and schmobots and everything too. And I'm sorry, I turned the schmobot off to what we were talking about. So I'll make sure that I read off your schmobot. We had to turn it off for the second because we wanted
Travis
to.
donated $20. Perfect. Hey Raring.
Hey Raring.
Instead of my favorite directors, I'll give you my favorite underrated film magicians: Jonathan Levine, Toby Hooper, Ava DuVernay, Lucio Fulci, Gigi Salguero, Agatis, and Colin Trevorrow. Hot take perhaps, but has an awesome dude.
No, he is an awesome dude, Colin Trevorrow. You know, he's been on Schmoes before, and he's and I think, I mean, look, I think he won a lot of people over with his script that he wrote for episode 9. People were very curious of what that would have looked like. But Ava DuVernay, I mean, how do you not talk about her? She's such a strong force in general when it comes to. I love her no bullshit takes of when she's talking about stuff and things that she's done, and the way that she, and I also, when I remember Perry was asking her about, because long time she was kind of rumored for Star Wars, and she said, nah, it's not my thing. It's like there's other things that she wants to do, and I want to go through her library in a second too, because I'm very excited when I hear that she's going to be doing stuff, because the way that she approaches filmmaking, to me, it's like she just tackles shit that she's passionate about. And she doesn't just take the job. I love that about her.
That Ty Guy 1988 donated $20.
What's up, Ty Guy?
Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve are my favorite film directors recently.
Yep.
Do you think Nolan made a wrong decision to stick Tenet around in July? Warner should move Tenet to Christmas and move Dune to July 2021. Oscar for Nolan and Oscar for Denis.
It's a tough question. It's an accurate statement in my opinion, of those being two of the best out there right now. Moving it, Tenet, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if people are going to be comfortable enough going to the movies in July. So that's obviously why he's asking that. But Nolan, I love, and Denis also, and I probably would say if you said you only have one guy direct again, who would it be? And I'd probably take Nolan, as much as that would still pain me because I love Denis' movies. But I think at the moment, and maybe it's just because of recent bias, because of pictures and stuff that have come out, I'm more excited for Dune at the moment.
Oh God, yeah.
I think
that wasn't even on my radar of anything. But like once we started looking at the images they released, and just you saying that it's going to be like a darker, Star Wars and stuff like that, I'm pretty psyched about it.
So that's that. At the moment, I would prefer they keep Dune, and if they moved Tenet, I'd be okay with it. I don't know. I mean, because it is tough to have them compete against one another, but there's also something to be said about maybe putting one in November and one in December, maybe doubling up and seeing how you can maybe you can capitalize and own November and then own December. So I don't know. It's a tough question, man. It really is a tough question, but they're both phenomenal directors, and I'm glad they're around. All right, so then we going back on over to, we still have so much happening on streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Loving all the Schmoebots coming in about all your favorite directors. And I love that. I don't know how it happened, but I love the fact that now that the Schmoebot
Kay Parker's agent donated $20. I understand that you two are fans of my client. FYI, she's available for interviews, appearances, orgies, bukkake parties, handies, back alley blowjobs, and more. Her best work is Taboo, where she plays a mom who decides to bang her son. It's high art.
Making our mothers proud.
The fact that it ended with it's high art.
This is... Who directed that? You can't. That was not very nice to do that.
Oh my God.
Hey, what'd you watch today? Two guys giggle for 20 minutes.
About Kay Parker.
Kay Parker.
Who is that?
Oh.
She read it so methodically.
I know. It's just like, this is a...
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Kay Parker? Yeah, tell me about it.
She's a good worker. High art.
High art.
That's the name of the movie, is High Art. Holy shit. Oh, all right. All right. You put snot on the ball. All right. Let's see. This Sir Lord Attenborough says, what is your Mount Rushmore for directors? For me, it's Kubrick, Hitchcock, Spielberg, Coppola. Tough to leave off the likes of Scorsese.
Jeremiah Morris donated $50.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Hello, sorry if he has already been mentioned, but my favorite director is Gavin O'Connor. He has made 2 movies in my personal top 5 with Miracle and Warrior, and I love The Way Back.
Yep. I'm with you, dude. Thank you, Jerry.
I need to see Miracle. I saw Warrior.
Warrior is super, super underrated movie. People who see it love it.
Yeah.
But not enough. I'm telling you, I remember when I saw that with Mark in the theater, and I was just like, this movie's not going to do very well, and it didn't do well, and it was a bummer, man. So, yes, Tommy, you want to put on this figure I said on you. Kay Parker, fucking in the alley. Fucking Parker. She was 10 years younger than me. But yeah, man, Warrior and
yeah, definitely
great call. Gavin O'Connor, though, what else is he doing? Because I don't think he works enough.
Pull it up.
He did one with, what was the movie he did with? He did a Western with Natalie Portman, and I think, but it's not fair. I didn't mind the movie, by the way, but it's not fair that if you judge that on that particular movie, because he took over for that movie. What the hell was it called? I'll tell you in a second. Jane Got a Gun. Jane Got a Gun was what it was, and it's not a bad movie. Pride and Glory. Which one's Pride and Glory? I feel like I know that one. Oh, that's the movie with so Carnahan wrote that one. Edward Norton, Colin Farrell. Is that the one that I'm thinking of? That is the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah. I didn't realize Gavin O'Connor directed that. That was the movie we talked about recently. I saw that. I did see that. And you know who reviewed that movie? Let me see. I want to double check. I'm going to see if I have it. And I'm gonna re-upload it again if it is on the channel, because I didn't even remember. Let me see, Pride and Glory, Schmoes. I'm gonna bring this up right now, and I want to see if who reviewed it with us is actually accurate. Let's see, Pride and Glory. So this is the review that we did of Pride and Glory.
My name is Alex Maurer. 4.5 months ago, I ruptured my Achilles tendon.
So let me just double check. And let me see. I want to double check and see if it. Oh yeah, I'm going to re-upload this. So go to Pride and Glory, and type in Schmoes, and you'll see funny movie review on the side. Actually, I'm going to put it in the chat room. I want you to go to 33 seconds. 33 seconds into the review. Pride and Glory. Here it is. Ready? Hold on. All right, I just posted it in the actual chat room. So I'm going to give you a second here while you do this, and then I want to see the first person that pumps in the actual name of who it is, and then I'm going to re-upload this. I have to now because it was way before. I don't want to say anything. So I just put it on the chat room. So do we have any takers? We have any takers who did it? Who picked it? Who knows what it is? Yep, exactly. So that's right. So here it is. I'll play a little clip. This is from Pride and Glory, the review. All right. Oh, hold on a second. Where is it? Pride and Glory, the review. This is a while ago.
We gotta release it in theaters.
Went to an early show, 10:45 in the morning on a Friday, which I've never gone to a movie that early before. It was me and about 12 senior citizens. There's teeth all over the place. It was a cop drama about corruption.
4 cops died here, Raymond.
And movies. I cannot understand story. I cannot understand movies anymore. I don't know if something happened to me along the way where my comprehension has been damaged. For example, Ed Norton in this movie and Colin Farrell are brother-in-laws, which I had no idea they were brother-in-laws until the end of the movie.
So, of course, that's the great Sebastian Maniscalco who was on the. He was on a review with us. I remember when we asked him to do it. He said, "What movie? I gotta watch what?"
I didn't realize.
I didn't realize they were brothers until the end of the movie. What are you doing? What am I watching? I have to re-upload that because it's got 3,000 views, and it's when we first started reviewing movies. So I gotta put that up there. It's really good. Anyway, thanks for taking us down memory lane over there. Hey, what are you doing over there? I'm doing something over there, but I don't know what I'm doing over there. You got anything over there I need to go over there with? All right. So I'm going back. I'm hoping that I didn't miss any on the Wednesdays. And I'm looking.
They should have like a check mark you could put.
I know.
Next
I
to
wish.
or something.
This just in. I posted in the Facebook groups last night talking about how you guys should watch Devs, which leads me to one of my favorite directors, Alex Garland. Ex Machina is one of my favorite movies of all time, and though I don't like Annihilation, I respect it. I do like him a lot. Ex Machina is phenomenal. It's a great movie. I enjoyed Annihilation. I hated the ending. I thought the ending was stupid. But is Devs, is that Alex Garland? I gotta watch this.
Is that a
Devs.
film or a show?
It's a show. I gotta watch. If it's Alex Garland, it makes me more excited to watch it. So
I think my wife and I just need to quit working other than this
and just
watch shows.
Yeah, it's true. Trash Panda. Alexander Payne doesn't get enough love. Sideways, The Descendants, About Schmidt, Citizen Ruth, Nebraska are all classics. Downsizing was his only stinker. Downsizing was definitely a stinker. I wouldn't call Nebraska a classic, but I would say it's a good movie. I would say that, I don't know if I'd call About Schmidt a classic. I don't know if I'm going to call any of those classics, but I'm going to say that they're all really great movies. And I think that Alexander Payne doesn't get enough love. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
What's the one with Reese Witherspoon? Doesn't he do one of that? The one where she's running for student council.
Oh, is that no
Isn't
election?
That Payne? Yeah.
Maybe you're right. You might be right.
If I'm right.
If you're right, then you should be doing. You should absolutely be.
But he is from Nebraska, right?
I would assume so. I mean, that's why he's doing, because you're not allowed to make movies about Nebraska. Alexander Payne, yeah.
Hey, look at that!
Look at this and your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Zaya Flatin.
I love that film.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You like it? Big fan of that film, aren't you? All right. Going back over to ladies and gentlemen.
Hard film to remember the name of, though, right?
What? The election?
The roundabout way for me to get that.
Yeah.
She's running for an election.
That's right. So going back over, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Again, thank you guys for all the wonderful donations. We're going to get through all of them. We'll do a late show today if we have to. Want to get
as
you guys
we said, it might be a two-pisser.
It might be a two-pisser, but and also the other thing is too. If you want to interrupt with the Schmoebot, you can do exactly that. Please go ahead and do that. It is on. It is on. So please.
Is it ever? Boy.
It is on. Yeah. All right. You guys are killing it. You're killing it. Sir Lord Attenborough, Quentin Tarantino, and the Coen brothers, but one that has really impressed me lately is Ari Aster. Who's another. I was blown away by Midsommar. Every detail, every shot It has meaning. It's awesome.
I've got to see that.
Yeah, go and check that out and let me know what you think, because I don't know if I can do it. This just in. He was talking about Alex Garland. Okay, getting back over to, again, Jay Scotty for real. Another mention for Ari Aster. He's 2 for 2. Hereditary, Midsommar. If you haven't seen his short film, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, you're in for a treat. J.A. Bayona had a flub with Fallen Kingdom, but he didn't have a flub, though. Did it make money? Maybe you're right. I don't remember how much it did with Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, but A Monster Calls is fantastic. I agree with you. I think that that's why I was so excited for him, because, by the way, the opening scene in the Fallen Kingdom is great. The rest of the movie just is not good at all. But Monster Calls was great. Knapsack's Ponytail, favorite directors to me, Greg Lansky and Taika Waititi. I'll watch anything they make. I mean, Taika Waititi right now is a massive. The guy's a superstar.
But what you said the other day, I do want to see him do a serious role. I'm waiting for his
acting. You mean?
Yeah.
Because even there are some, because I think I definitely liked what's the one he just did?
Jojo
Rabbit. I think that Jojo Rabbit, to me, because it took me two watches to finally get through it, and when I finally did, because I started watching it, and it was this, I thought it was going to be full satire from what I was watching, because the beginning is just bonkers, right? And then once it kicks in, it's a fantastic film. But did the fart ninja just went off by himself? No, it was a ghost walking,
knocking over pictures.
Yeah. There's fucking ghosts in here today, man. Setting off the fart ninja. Watch right now. Someone ghost grabs me by the back of the head. But yeah, so Jojo Rabbit, it was.
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Thank you, Hotel Nerd.
Travis Stevens is a great up-and-coming director, and he was great directing a very underrated actor, Philip Brooks' CM Punk in The Girl on the Third Floor.
I saw that movie, and I interviewed Phil Brooks about that movie. Still, probably one of my favorite interviews I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, because I was told.
You mentioned
I was told a lot about him going into the interview, because CM Punk from wrestling, and they said, don't ask him about wrestling. He's not going to talk about it. If you do it, he's going to be a dick to you. Don't ask him about this. Don't do that. And it's not like his people. This is people that I've heard. He doesn't want to talk about this. He's going to be combative with you. He's not going to want to talk to you. So you might have 45 minutes to an hour with him or whatever we had, but you're going to want to be done with it. He might want to be done with it after 10 minutes. We used the entire time. He talked about wrestling. He talked about everything. And he gave us something that he didn't give anyone else. And he said afterwards, I talked to you guys because you treated me like a human being.
Nice.
And it's like, that's the thing, is if people can smell a fart, when they walk in, it's like, I really enjoyed talking to Phil. I really did. I thought he was a good dude. I thought he was a nice guy. He was an honest guy. And I really enjoyed talking to him. I'd love to talk to him again. But that movie, and I told him it had it had like a Shining feel to it. It's a fucking crazy movie, and he's a big horror fan.
That's some good advice for men too. Talk to women like they're human beings.
It's the truth.
I'm not joking, but it's like you don't have to be
don't
trying to be smooth.
Hey!
Not like trying to be smooth or whatever,
Right.
but women just like to talk to somebody that doesn't seem like they're a fucking sleazeball. So.
It's true. Osvaldo Hernandez. My two favorites are definitely Denis Villeneuve, and Yorgos is Tarina loves Yorgos Lanthimos. Excited to see what they make next. Dune 2020. I'm down, man. I'm down for Dune. Marshall Weeks, favorite director all time is Tarantino. The guy has not missed. Also love Ridley and Tony Scott and Robert Rodriguez. Really like the Alita Battle Angel, man. I want to watch that movie again. I want to get my couch that I've been waiting for. I want to get the couch. I want to sit back. I want to turn the lights off. I want to turn my phone off. I want to smoke a doob, and I want to watch Battle Angel. And out of all the things, that's it. You know what I might do?
Is that though adult? Is that it? Is it Blake? Yes, maybe
I think
not.
Blake.
Yeah,
Blake can handle it. If you're watching, what was the other one you watched with him the other day?
Well, we watched John Wick. I mean,
and yes, if you watch John Wick, you can watch Battle Angel.
The only thing, it's just like if it's sexual at all, that's when we're not comfortable.
I think there might be a scene, but you remember, she's like a. You got to see it.
Yeah,
it's good. I liked it, man. I dug it.
It's not like I can handle it, but it's like, you remember watching stuff with your parents and then like something sexual would come up and you just had to react to it in a negative way or cover your eyes.
It's really good, man. I liked it a lot. The Safdie brothers are probably my favorite new directors to hit the mainstream right now. It's Purple Haze. That movie, man, with the last one with Adam Sandler was pretty good. They know how to make you feel anxious. They're very good at that. They're very, very good at that. Joe the Giant, most underrated director is the German director Fritz Lang. You're right. He should be regarded as high as Hitchcock and Kurosawa. His movie Metropolis, it inspired the look of C-3PO and every dystopian movie. His movie M had the first ever character musical theme. Well, that is a absolute true statement. I remember that my buddy David Gambino did his wife wrote this whole thing on Fritz Lang. It was awesome. It was really awesome. It was a good script. I wonder what happened with it. And Sir Lord Attenborough also asked about we did the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
we did that one already. Okay. We're still in.
Which I don't think
we're still in yesterday's, by the way.
Oh, really? We might have to part 2 this one.
I don't know. I think we can do it. Eddie 314. Christopher Nolan is definitely my favorite director. I saw Inception again last week. It's a masterpiece. It's a shame the Academy doesn't seem to value him as much. I think that's going to change. Favorite Christopher Nolan movie, Christian and Brett. My favorite is Inception. That's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. You got a favorite?
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah, and then Dark Knight's probably number 2. Yeah. Dylan. Why don't we get the discussion going? Director Bong Joon-ho hasn't made a bad film with Parasite doing what it did. What do you guys think? I need to see more of his stuff. I know that RB3 and Ben Goddard, they're just they would fight to the death for that dude.
Yeah.
And after Parasite, I understand why. He's a really, really great director, and I think I understand also why he's become kind of a mainstream star because of his personality.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, he's just the way
you want to watch his stuff.
You want to watch his stuff because he just.
Tichiro11 donated $20. Just rewatched The Thing the other night. John Carpenter is definitely up there in my favorites. Have you seen it yet?
No, but that's what I was about to say, so thank you for reminding me. I love a lot of John Carpenter stuff is amazing. Obviously, They Live, Big Trouble in Little China. Those are probably some of my favorites of his. Yeah. But I was thinking that maybe Twitch is the place for The Thing watch along.
Mm-hmm. That's 100% the place.
I'm going to check, by the way. I'm going to check right now. Did we hit 1,000 over at Twitch? Especially now that I announced maybe that'll do The Thing over there. Have we hit 1,000? We right now. Come on, guys. We're at 852.
So if we
get on over there, get to the Schmoeville over on Twitch.
If you hit 1,000, would you do it on the Twitch, or is there a bigger number for that?
I think it should be bigger. I think bigger. I'll set the goal. You know what I'll do? I'll set the goal at 4,000. That when we get to 4,000 followers on Twitch, that I will watch The Thing finally.
Nice.
So with everybody, and I'll even tweet it out right now. I'm going to tweet it out right now. I'm going to say when we get to 4,000 followers, I'll post it right now. So when we get to 4,000 followers on Twitch, I will finally do a watch along of The Thing. Join us today.
Now, would you watch it first and then do
There we go. No, you're fine. Okay. I must have done it. I must have. You know what? I think I hit the button.
Thank you, man.
Are we back now?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So it wasn't your camera. It was the whatever button I hit. Well, I posted out there, so I don't know where we lost you guys, but we so
Dan was talking about. And what a good sport.
Did they hear Dan? Did you guys hear Dan?
Oh, that's the question.
Did you guys hear Dan? So tell me if you guys heard Dan. Did you hear Dan's thing?
Might not have because it was on.
What was the last thing you guys? No, they didn't hear Dan's thing. So I'll play Dan's thing. So I just tweeted out. I tweeted out on for you guys. There's two. All right, I'll play it. So there's two things. The first thing is I just went to. I said that if we get to 4,000 people on Twitch, that I will finally do a watch along of the thing. So I just posted that out. That's the one thing. And then Ed Harrell was so nice to send this clip. This is from Dan Merle's stream last night.
Oh, boy. Now, this is somebody that I've heard a lot about. Zaflirtenflaus asks, Would you like to play me in Showdown? I've heard a lot about Zaflirtenflaus. I don't know. I got to do some opposition research. I'm not committed. I learned the hard way not to commit to a Schmoeville match without doing my research. So I got to get some game tape on you, Zaflirtenflaus, before I make any public commitment one way or the other.
What a good dude.
He's the best.
He just rolled with it.
Just rolled with it. Yeah, you got it. Well, everybody's been talking about it too. Him and Roka were like getting hammered with it on. But yeah, it's the fun ones who can roll with the punches on. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got Jay Scotty for real who put in a thing about Ari Aster. We have Jeremiah Morris put in a Schmoebot yesterday. Thank you very much. Eddie314 who brings in Christopher Nolan, said his Inception. We talked about that. Dylan.
Andrew de Milanta donated $20.
Thank you, Andrew.
Edgar Wright hasn't made a film that I haven't like. Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World are my two favorites that Hess directed.
Me too. I would go with those also. I mean, the Coronado trilogy is fun, and I love them, but they're not my favorite. I would probably say Baby Driver is my favorite, and then I would go with Scott Pilgrim. Both great movies, but those are my two favorites. You would go Scott Pilgrim?
No, I love Baby Driver. That one, yeah.
The music and the way the music is.
Yeah, I love. You know, I love soundtracks that are of different songs.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, Brett, most soundtracks are for different songs.
No, what's the word? Accumulation
of different mixes.
Yeah, like it's a mixtape.
A lot of people didn't pick it up the first time they saw it, and I noticed it. The first time I saw it. How many times have you seen Baby Driver?
Twice.
Do you know, like, when he's walking through, like, after the initial heist, and he's got the coffee in his hands, and there's the song that's playing, that every time, like, a word hits, you see it, like, spray painted in the back? It was awesome.
I caught that the first time.
Did you? Good for you. Fuck. Yeah.
My first soundtrack was the Blues Brothers soundtrack that I bought, and the tape, and that's the kind of thing I love. I love something that has just great music.
It's great. It's really, really good.
But I think Scott Pilgrim does, too. I mean, that's another one that...
Hotel Nerd also put in a Schmoebot and said, is anyone else super hyped for James Wan directing Multiverse of Madness? The perfect choice. By the way, any update on Bateman and COVID? Is he okay? Well, Bateman is definitely doing better. We don't know yet. But he got tested. And as far as James Wan directing, anytime James Wan directs, I'm going to get excited about it. He's another one of those guys that we mentioned throughout this thing. He's a hard worker. He's a passionate dude. He's creative. So yeah, I'm absolutely interested in him doing a multiverse of Madness. For sure. Gingerbread, Joel Schumacher, who brought out, we talked about that one. Phone Booth, Lost Boys. Lost Boys is great. And St. Elmo's Fire, good ones. Falling Down, also underrated movie. I don't blame him for the Batman movies. When you listen to what really happened with those Batman movies, they were tired of the kind of the Tim Burton side of it. They thought that they wanted to sell more toys. So it was a Warner Brother executive said, Joel, do this, put on all these colors, do this, do that. They made it they were the ones that gave him the notes to make Batman and Robin even sillier than Batman Forever.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I can't keep making these movies. It's going to ruin my career. Because they're terrible. Cheryl Dickpants says, let's get ready to Schmoeville. My favorite director is Michael Bay. I'm just kidding. It was very nice of Billy Belford to put in a Schmoebot yesterday. He said he never cared about directors until watching the Schmoeville. I'm glad that a lot of people feel that way now, for sure. Okay, getting back over to, I think we're getting now. No, we're still in yesterday. This is good though.
Wow,
this is good. Still into yesterday. Still into yesterday. Talking a little bit more of Ben Rayner says, this is from today. Okay. Hey guys, I love this topic. First actors and now directors. It would be cool if next week you could do best composers. I know there's a lot of them out there, and it would be fun to talk about them. I hope you're staying safe, and great exhibition matches yesterday. Well, thank you. Great composer is something I would love to do, and maybe that's how I get Dorina back on this show, is to have her come back and do that. Paul Denuzio, Denis Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan, Ed Harris. Is Ed Harris directing? I didn't even know that. James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, Ryan Johnson, and Zafar Klaus. All great choices, Paulie D. Ramon Fritz, celebrating the end of my college life with SEN Live and finishing up my final project. Peter Jackson, during the Lord of the Rings era, is my favorite director. His creativity and passion for the project was inspirational. Also, What a Workshop is the best. I think that both Hobbit and Lord of the Rings just took it out of him because he's done, 4 movies after that? He's done the Hobbit movies, and he did a couple other, but he never really had that next big thing. I'm waiting for him to pop again because I loved what Peter Jackson did with those Lord of the Rings movies. Tonis Kuru, son of a Twitch. I love you guys. Favorite director? James Mangold. Good one. Ramon Fritz, part 2. I've been binging Survivor and playing Minecraft since Sunday, so it's been a productive week. Since you guys have kids, I'm curious. What's the best advice you can give someone hoping to get married and have kids? I hope to have some in the next few years. Thanks. Look, the first part is obviously find the person that you love.
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Thank you, Hotel.
It's not Wang directing Multiverse of Madness, it's Raimi.
Oh.
Thank you for Scott Welsh correcting me. My bad.
All good. Well, first of all, when you said that, in my head I'm going, Multiverse of Madness, why does it say that that's the Doctor Strange movie? We know that Raimi's doing it. So if you're asking what I think about Raimi doing it, I'm skeptical. And I've said that when they announced it. I'm one of the few people that I'm skeptical. I know that he's done movies that are not, it's the same problem I have with Burton. When I feel that when the isms of a director takes over more so than the actual movie itself, it becomes problematic as far as how I watch movies. Because it just turns into, it's one of the problems that when I go back and watch the Spider-Man movies, they're more, and I know people love them, and I know that you guys love them, and I get it, but I just feel like it's more Raimi than it is Spider-Man, and I like when it kind of disappears. Like when Tarantino's making a movie and it's got Tarantino, it's not a property that came before, or it's a Tarantino movie. You're expecting it. Yeah. You're expecting the Tarantino-isms. You're expecting all these different things. When Burton does a movie like Edward Scissorhands, right, which is then I'm expecting Burton-isms. Evil Dead, even though if he made another Evil Dead, then I'd want all the Raimi-isms and I want all those things because that's. But when it comes to Spider-Man and properties like that and Doctor Strange, and I said this when we talked about him beforehand, when he was rumored for it in the first place, he's certainly done movies where you do not see those things, and if he can bring that to it, then I would be very excited for it. But I'm skeptical of it. But I still stand by what I said about James Wan, by the way. That I think because I didn't know what the hell we were talking about. He can do anything.
So if you want to get married and have kids,
yes, you want to get married and have kids, you got to fall in love with the right person. Don't just get married to get married. So many people just settle. I can't even tell you how many people I know in New York that just settled because it's at 23 or 24.
Oh yeah,
because that's what you're supposed to do. And I was like, fuck this, get me out of here.
I 100% think you need to live with someone for a little bit before that old 1950s don't live together, don't have sex thing. I'm sorry, this is a thing that's
I'm not into that either. You got to know what those people are going to do. You're going to be living with this person.
Yeah. Build some IKEA furniture with them.
Right? Yeah, you're right. See how they deal with shit. So no, but I would, as far as kids, you just got to eat.
Yeah. The kids first. It's finding the right person that you don't find somebody that you kind of like and then have kids with them because then you've ruined that kid's life.
You'll be someone that I can have children with. Yeah, no, you got to know, man, because I'm telling you, I was with somebody at one point for a while, and it was inside of my head going, no, don't do that, don't do that. With my wife now, I just knew because it was the right person. So you just gotta find the right person. That's not easy.
No,
not easy. Ramon Fritz, thank you so much, my friend. He says part 2. I've been binging Survivor and playing my. Oh he did part 1. Oh, he did that one too. That was the Lord of the Rings one. Sorry so much. Sally Von Baco. Taika Waititi is my favorite director because he hasn't directed a movie that I haven't liked. I also heard he's supposedly directing the pilot episode of a Time Bandit series. Does that make you more excited?
That's pretty fun.
Okay, because I know that you said you didn't want the series because you're okay with the movie. But if Taika Waititi's doing the Time Bandit series,
oh no, I thought it was going to be a movie.
No,
I'll watch a series. Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't want to see a remake of Time Bandits. I
would
watch
with
a series. Oh yeah, definitely. And with him doing it, yes, 100%.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Hotel Nerd who asked before. Can we do it? Can we get Christian trying to set up a comedy show with Anaconda, Brett, and Charles, and with the end your winner alert interrupting them? I don't know if I can do the end your winner alert. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But we can do the. I was trying to set up a comedy show with Brett and Anaconda Brett and Charles. Here, we'll do this. I'm here to do a set now, you know. Oh, all right. Well, it's good to have you. I'm glad to have you. Well, you're gonna.
And your winner.
Oh, please stop doing that. I got to figure this out. Hey, help me out! RB3. I'll be right back. Hey,
and your winner.
Hey, listen. Hi, Anaconda Brett. Now you know my name is Charles, and I'm very excited to do the stand-up with you. Now you know.
I wanted to do stand-up for so long. It's going to be amazing. The people will stand up.
They're gonna stand up. Now you know. With a lot
and your winner!
Hi, now you know. I said it's gonna be heckling me.
Drip.
Dripping all around. All in the sea. I said, hello, Brett. Now you know.
Well, hey there, man. Now you know.
Horseman! There you go. Paul Denuzio actually just let me know. It's right. You're absolutely right. Ed Harris directed. He directed Pollock and Appaloosa. He sure did. You're absolutely right. Brain farts. This is why I don't compete anymore. I just set the matches. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Hotel Nerd. Marvel Man Mike, less popular these days, it seems, but my best director is still James Cameron. I don't think that's it's just because he doesn't do it much, but it's like he's got a magic gift, that motherfucker. What he does, he'll disappear for years, and the guy, he ain't got it no more. And then he comes back, and his movie makes the most money of all time. And then he stops, he takes another break, and then he comes back, and his movie makes the most money of all time. And then he says something stupid, and then he says something stupid again, and then they go, this guy sucks. And then he makes a movie, and he goes, I love him again. And he makes all the money in the world. He's brilliant. He's probably a prick, but he's brilliant, and he really is.
Do you think Avatar's just taking too long, and anybody's gonna?
If there was no Avatar before. If there was never an Avatar and he hadn't made Titanic and he didn't make Terminator 2, then I would tell you, it's too. I cannot doubt James Cameron. It is stupid to do.
Yeah.
Because he finds a way to make you go, oh, like we all become the people in Wall-E. Like we're sitting just watching his movies. Like, oh. All these people who shit all over Avatar. It crushed. It crushed in the theater, and it did all and it got people like that's a movie that like what's the difference between that and like Alita Battle Angel as far as visuals, right? As far as what is what I'm saying is that Alita Battle Angel should have gotten people into the theater more so than what it did. It did like okay. It didn't like Avatar. It shouldn't have made as much money as it did. It's crazy. So I don't doubt him. I think it's certainly possible. Ramon Fritz. I would like to highly recommend the war stories and retrospective documentaries on the Cultaholic YouTube channel. Very well put together. My matches for today are the Shire Wolves versus the Odd Couple. Thanks for all you do keeping us sane at this time. Those are good matches. Thank you for, which one or two for the Shire Wolves? Thank you, Ramon, for bringing that up. Huge moose knuckle. Son of a twitch. My favorite directors are Nolan and the Russo brothers. Good ones. The Russo brothers are some of my favorites as well. Hi from Toronto. Please bring the schmo down here. We want to, man. We want to. Obviously right now, we can't. I don't know what we can do.
We bring other things there.
Yeah, I know. The Void. Did you guys hear about when Arnold and Flaus got into a fight? Arnold was giving it all he could, but he was completely gassed after 10 minutes. Flaus was still fresh as a daisy. Arnold exclaimed, come on, it's flirting. Are you hurting?
Good. Well, Flaus is heavily drugged, so sense. He dopes.
All the time. Yeah. Tongue punch the fart box. Son of a Twitch. Hey, Raw Ring. I just became a Patreon member for both the Schmoedown and SEN Live. Thank you. I've never used Twitch before, but you guys, I'll give it a go eventually. Can't wait to enjoy all the content I've been missing out on. I'm going to check I want to see if the thing did anything at all and bring some people in. It did, because now we're at 888. Nice. We're at 888. What were we at before?
It was in the 800.
Oh, it was in the 800. Okay. Well, we're still there at 888. Like I said,
if I pitch a good one, would you let me do a Twitchy?
100%. I'd let you do it. And I think the Flaus should definitely be on that thing. But we're looking to do 4,000 followers on Twitch.
You have wanted this for so long, people. Sign up.
I mean, you keep asking for it. All you got to do is sign up. Let's see. I wish she was on the show because I can't do it. I have a video I want to show you, Brett. It's really fun. Where the hell is... Okay, so here it is. So now we have Blue Chew. Blue Chew helps you screw. Hey, Ring. Christian, have you done a... Oh, we did that. He played that Schmoebot. Thank you. George Fakis ordered my Harry's razors. I might be... maybe too much information, but do you guys get a cut when we order, or does that just make them more likely to sponsor you again in the future? No, we don't get a cut of it. I mean, that's the whole point, is that they come in and they're going to sponsor the show, and if more people sign up to it, they go, yeah, all right, we're going to sponsor some more spots, and they'll do more. So yeah, if you guys order, I'm telling you, Harry's Razors is awesome. And both the things we talked about today, they're both bespoke, is also inside of the description to this video. If you're listening on audio, you can come on over here and check it out, but just listen to those ads and get it. I'm telling you, man, this is like, we wanted to make sure that whenever we took anybody on, sponsor was, partnered up with anybody, that it made sense for our show. And everybody that has been on board for this show so far had made sense. I love getting the feedback from all of you, by the way, saying, I tried this, I did this, I really love this. Please continue to do that and let us know, because it's also stuff that we can show them that you're doing. And
it's nice when you bring them in, because there's nothing you've brought in when I'm like oh, give me a break. Like I even, like, people thought that, how much did you have to pay Brett to do the Blue Chew ad? I'm like, dude, this is a thing.
I'm telling you, what you need to do though is don't, like, watch Vikings and take one of those things, and don't tell your wife that you took one, and then take the hat off.
Yeah. But I'll have to take the tuft away. That's gonna.
She still can't do it with the tuft, huh?
Well, there's points. If I try to style it so it kind of looks like that it's growing in on the sides.
Yeah, no, and plus the fact he's a flat and flouse has kind of lost a little bit of his luster lately. So, OHAP Pack. Big shout out to PC for helping me figure out how to donate from my phone. Well, thank you for doing that. And I think the yours got cut off before, so I'm glad that I could read it out there. OHAP Cap. That's what it is. Okay. Cineforce Studios. Hey guys, just want to say that you and the rest of Schmoeville over the past years have been a major inspiration in starting our own podcast, and we finally posted our first episode. Hopefully many at Cineforce Studios on YouTube. Keep up the greatness. Thank you, Cineforce Studios. Really appreciate that. And we said Peggy Gubbins. I'll see anything Richard Linklater, John Carney, and Ryan Coogler put out. Aside from that, most modern-day directors are hit and miss for me. Rob Reiner had one of the greatest runs in the 80s, Stand By Me, Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to refresh and see how we did here, because I think we got a lot. So going back down, and like I said, Brett, how long do you have today?
Oh, I'm good to go. I'll just have to go pee right now.
All right, so why don't you go pee, and I'll read a couple more, and I'll hang out with the crew over here, and we'll do some more. So let's do some more, everybody.
PC donated $25.
Thank you, PC.
Mike Madra in the chat has a cousin who needs prayers. If you pray, please keep Danny in your thoughts. He has cancer and is on the verge of giving up.
Shit.
Stay strong, Danny. We care about you.
Yes.
Don't give up.
That is a beautiful, 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 beautiful Schmoebot. Thank you. And Mike, please, hearts and prayers to your cousin, my man. Shit, that sucks. I hate that. Thank you for that, PC. Very nice of you. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. All right, let's try to jump back in, and we'll do again streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. We can go for a little bit today. We'll have some fun. We'll have this conversation, and this is why if you were with us yesterday, this is why I wanted to push it back and do it today, because it's just I knew it was going to be a longer conversation, because once we start doing this, you guys really get involved and want to be a part of it. So thank you for that. Okay, let's get to Peggy Gubbins. Peggy Gubbins just did one short. Gavin Min. Hey, Mando. Some of my favorite directors are Martin Scorsese, Robert Zemeckis, Hayao Miyazaki, Nora Ephron, Denis Villeneuve. Arrival recently supplanted Field of Dreams as my favorite film of all time. I can't tell you how much I love Arrival. You know what I haven't done? I haven't gotten the score for Arrival. I don't know why I didn't do that. That's going to change today. I don't know why I haven't gotten the score. The score is so good. It's really, really good. It's a great movie. It's a great, great movie. Pumped for that. So pumped that you put it in number one. Field of Dreams is a good choice also. But man, Denis just some great shit with that movie. Queefer Sutherland says, New York, we don't have enough tests for COVID-19. Also, New York, think your house cat has coronavirus? Bring your cat in and have them tested. It's pretty funny. Ohap K-Hap. Tarantino for me is Inglourious Bastards. It's a good one. That's kind of the start of the his fantasy type thing, which I dug. Ben Wellington, thoughts on Mando season 3 and the new Disney Plus Star Wars show featuring a woman as the lead. Some favorite directors working: Bong Joon-ho, Boots Riley, Greta Gerwig, Ari Aster, Spike Jonze, Dee Brown, Dee Brown, Ashby, Kurosawa, Kubrick, Bergman, Varda. Thank you for all that you do.
Those are all fake names.
I know, a lot of them. But so start the first part of that. The Mando season 3. Pumped for it, excited that they announced it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I think it's a smart move. It makes a lot of sense. It means that it like I had said a while ago, this is the new movies. I think the intent was always to do one movie a year, which is what they wanted to do. But the TV thing wasn't even a thing for them. It was something they weren't even thinking about in the Disney Plus. And then they were like, wait a minute. We can do it like this. We can get all these directors. We don't need to do movies every year. We do movies when we do movies. We'll figure it out. If it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Let's do series the same way. I think that there will be a potential for once they start to develop all these things. I think you will get series, twice a year. I think that's a definite. I think you'll get, because Ahsoka right now is in development. This could be that series. I think it's from the same, what's it called? Russian Doll? Is that the show that's on Netflix? Russian Doll, right? It's the same showrunner that's doing Russian Doll that's doing a Star Wars series. So that's really cool. The idea of what it will be, I don't know. Maybe it's the Ahsoka series. I don't know. Anytime that you pick somebody who's doing really great stuff, I'm always going to be on board. I'm always on board as far as like everybody should have opportunities. I always feel like you should make sure that the opportunities fit the great stories, and I think that that's what they're doing. I think that you pick someone who's doing a show like Russian Doll, and you get and you say, hey, what's your take on Star Wars? And then she pitches this, and you go, yes, that could work. We've had this character in mind. Maybe it's Dr. Aphra. I don't know. Maybe it's something completely different. They said it's in a different timeline, but I'm down with that for sure.
Do you think this doc thing was planned ahead, or is this something to kind of keep them in the conversation
the documentary? The thing that they're putting on May the 4th. No, it's something to give them because May the 4th is a big Star Wars day, so they want to put something on for that day. Wrapping up, I think, will be Clone Wars, right? So then it's because we're 5 months out from season 2 of Mandalorian. Next year, we're going to get Mandalorian season 3 for sure. We'll get Cassian. The next year, depending if Mandalorian season 4 is around, they do Mandalorian season 4 maybe, right? You get Mandalorian season 4 plus Obi-Wan plus who knows when this show's coming out. And if it's not Ahsoka, then Ahsoka's also coming out. So I think that it just makes sense that you're going to do 2. And then eventually you get a movie, whenever the fuck that is. Okay. So, and then the other great choices for the directors there. Matthew Dawson, he gets a lot of slack for the bat nips, but Joel Schumacher, a lot of people forget, directed both The Lost Boys and Falling Down, among something like 30 different directing credits. No, I know. That's what it's the Batman thing that kind of put a stain on it, but I don't even think that a lot of it was his fault. Michael Rhett Dingus, right now I'd love to say George Lucas, because I'm so determined to play in the Star Wars Schmoeville for the past 3 months. All I've done is SEN in the morning, work during day, and watch Star Wars movies every night, and filling like 10 notebooks full of trivia. Hey, man.
Wow.
We need somebody to battle Damon, so who the hell knows? Maybe it'll be you. Oh, guess what?
What?
Hugh Janus is back. Obviously, the best director is Tommy Wiseau. Would love to see him work with Souffleur and Flaus, you and the rest of the world. Jason's All Sumo channel. Not enough people say Rob Reiner, Princess Bride, Stand By Me, Spinal Tap, Few Good Men, Misery.
Justin donated $20.
Thank you.
Hey, roaring greetings from Rochester, New York.
All right.
My top 5 favorite directors are 1. Alfred Hitchcock 2. Akira Kurosawa 3. John Carpenter 4. Steven Spielberg and 5. Ridley Scott. Your favorite Hitchcock and Ridley Scott?
The Birds. Ridley.
The Birds.
The Birds. I like. Oh, fucking birds.
The Birds.
My favorite. I don't know if I can tell that story. I have a great story about. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell the story. Someone told me that story. I don't know if it's in confidence or not. It's just a funny Danny Elfman story when it comes to the birds. It's really funny.
The Birds.
The Birds. The Birds. What's your favorite movie? The Birds.
Hey, you ever watch The Birds?
I like The Birds. I go out in the backyard, he took the papers, and I read the papers, and he take the bread, and he put the crumbs out, and he throw them out to the birds.
Yeah, and then you're like, what are these birds?
Hey, the birds are biting my ears.
God, I don't know if I could pick a favorite Hitchcock.
Ridley Scott, let's see, Ridley Scott. My favorite Ridley Scott movie? My favorite Tony Scott is probably, I don't know, there's a lot of them. True Romance is probably my favorite Tony Scott, but Ridley Scott... Gladiator. I think Gladiator.
At Comic-Con, I was at a party waiting for you to show up, and this girl came up and was kind of flirting with me and stuff and said she worked for Scott Free. And I go, what's that? And then she kind of
She laughed. You told me that. Yeah.
Well, it was good because
you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here.
She's like, it's Ridley Scott's. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know. Let him do
Get out of here. I didn't want to talk to you anyways.
Yeah.
I'm a married man.
I don't need no ladies.
Get out of here, you fuck. All right. Did we do that one? Oh, no. That's what happened last time. I had two of those tabs opened up. Says, had a tongue bunch of fart box. Has anyone mentioned Jim Buckley? He has some underrated sleepers that not too many people seem to bring up. No, I haven't. We didn't talk about him, actually. No one. Now you were the first. Lawrence Leese put in a Schmoebot. J-Ho 2 just hopped in, and I have no clue. Spike Lee was said. Deserves credit for not just being a social commentary dramatist. Documentaries like Four Little Girls, When the Leaves Broke, crime like Inside Man, clockers, and thrillers like Summer of Sam. Yeah, I think that Summer of Sam. Excuse me. I think that he doesn't get enough props, and I think that he's back in the conversation now because of Black Klansman. But yeah, he's done
Mechanic
a lot.
Mike donated $20.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you?
Favorite director of all time is David Fincher. Hasn't missed yet.
He has, if you include Aliens 3. He directed Aliens 3, but he's not credited for it.
Oh, okay.
So I think he has missed. I mean, unless you like Aliens 3. But
Hey,
that's okay.
it's your own prerogative.
But yeah, he's great. And Spielberg, we haven't talked about it. You got a favorite Spielberg movie? Is it Jaws? Like everybody else? It's not mine.
No, E.T.
That's your favorite? Yeah, my favorite Spielberg is Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, okay.
It's just, dude, when I saw that movie, I remember seeing that movie in the theater and just, like, I couldn't believe how realistic. I mean, at least what I thought must have been what it was like.
Yeah.
You feel like with that scene underneath the water when you're there and you pop, you feel like you're a soldier at Normandy. It's nuts.
Yeah, that is good. But I mean, again, they're two different. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really good.
Different times.
At different times. Michael Rhett Dingus. I know Lucas isn't the best director by any means, but I like Ridley Scott, Nolan, and Flirtenflaus. Thank you so much. Kyle Becksworth. John Krasinski is the dual threat. He's a great actor, and I loved how he directed A Quiet Place with so little dialogue. Ready to watch the sequel. Me too. And I think he's also gaining a lot of favor with like the way he's been carrying himself during this stuff. I think it was a great idea of what he did with the Good News show.
100%.
Really smart. Understood like everything that he's done, the positivity he wants to bring. So I think he's becoming like the people's director also, even though he's done like one movie. Eddie Papasic. Jon Favreau deserves some recognition for kickstarting the MCU as well as what he's done with The Mandalorian and a showrunner and a director in season 2 to go along with his other films. I couldn't agree more. You know, he was rumored at one point, and at least I heard from a bunch of people, he was rumored. I think he was offered Obi-Wan at one point to direct the movie. When it was a movie. But I think that he came in and he started developing other stuff. And I think he was like a big Boba Fett fan. And he started writing like Boba Fett stuff and he sent stuff to Filoni. He's like, we can't do the Boba Fett, but let's do this. And they started developing Mandalorian. That's kind of how it came to be.
Beck donated $20.
Thanks, Beck.
Hey, Rareen, taking it back to the 80s, Zemeckis and Reitman.
Yeah. Reitman doesn't do as much these days. But yes, I mean, you Ghostbusters, Twins. Great. Love Twins. Tonight is your night, bro. Yakety yak, don't talk back.
You can't. If you pitch that
Tongue
to somebody
Punch
right
Fart
now.
Box donated $20. Honestly thought that Jim Buckley joke would land a bit better. I'm sad.
You know, it's okay. It's all right.
Your name lands every time.
Every time. That's it. The fact that the Schmoebot actually said your name now it's even better. So, all right, getting back over.
Large underscore dickhole donated $20. Drip drip, splooge, and your wiener.
She has no idea what she's doing. She really doesn't.
So infantile.
Yep.
Merc with a movie blog donated $20.
Thanks, Merc.
Hey guys, hope you're staying safe.
Trying to.
My favorite directors are Kevin Smith, Tarantino, and Mike Flanagan. What are your faves from them?
So let's do Kevin Smith, and we'll go through some of the other ones. Kevin Smith, my favorite is Mallrats.
100%.
There's no doubt about it.
And people keep thinking I'm just agreeing with you because you go, my favorite is this, and I'm like, me too. No, Mallrats, that heavy rotation in college. Mallrats was over.
Mallrats killed me, dude. So I was kind of living like I talked about it on Roxy's thing, yes, or was it Roxy or Ben's? I'm doing Ben's doing an interview show also, and I think I'm on his episode. We taped it already, but on tomorrow. And I talked about how I moved, and I lived in Florida, like St. Pete, like a year and a half, year and change, like before I went to Tallahassee for Florida State. But like I didn't really know a lot of people. I mean, one buddy, Mike, who I would hang out with, but I really didn't know a lot of people. So I would go to the movies by myself often. And I remember there was nobody in the theater. And I went and saw Mallrats. And I was like, why is there no one else watching this? This is amazing. And I went and I saw like 2 or 3 times. Tell him, Steve Dave. So stupid. I love it so much. So that's my favorite Kevin Smith one. We'll get into some of the other ones. We have a lot more. But like I said, it's Thursday. You guys have been awesome. You guys were awesome yesterday. So we're gonna take as many questions that you want to fire in. You want to do some more Schmoebots? Fire them in. Let's do a fun show. Alex P. Latner put in a Schmoebot. So did Eric. Thank you. Nick Piccolo, my number one will always be Tarantino, but Jon Favreau is another favorite director of mine. With what he did with Iron Man and now producing The Mandalorian, he's top 10 director currently for me. I always forget that he directed Elf, that's right, and the underrated Zathura. I've never seen Zathura. I got to watch that because...
Did I see that?
I don't know. I need to